As he know where he at. He pulled up to get her back.
Michael Jackson was a sick nigga, bro.
Nah, bro, he wild.
Would you have?
Nah, man.
Okay.
Bro, that's side nigga rule number 1.
What? Always know you're the
Never put yourself in a position to decline being the main.
Never put yourself in the position to decline.
So you ever have to decline being the main.
Oh.
Right? You make sure that the main nigga slot is always filled.
How do you do that?
Coach her through her relationship problems.
Oh, okay. So what happens when, like, if you're the side nigga and she's like, you know what, I've been thinking about leaving this nigga. What could me and you be? What do you do then?
Well, why would you want to leave him?
He's everything you ever wanted.
He's everything I'm not. Like, we work well together.
He's got a good job.
I'm jobless.
What are the What are the other rules of being a side nigga? Would you say?
Man, it's all. But see, that is the rule.
That's the only rule of being a side nigga?
Yeah, but there's like different ways you do it.
How are you doing, chat? We're gonna get into this Nitty and Daylyt, but Diesel's teaching me how to be a side nigga. So you never want to be in your experience, out of all the side niggas out there, what percentage of them want to be the main nigga?
40.
40%?
Yeah, for sure. Because some niggas don't choose to be side niggas. They accept being a side nigga.
Okay.
Right? They shot at the girl because they want her. She's like, I got a nigga. So now he's just trying to be in her life one way or another. Okay. Right? Can you have friends, head ass? You know what I mean?
Can you have friends?
You know what I mean?
Can you have friends? Okay, so and then I'll be honest with you. I don't think I've ever been a side nigga, or known I was.
I was about to say that you've been dealing with some real madams over there, my friend. Because as a player, if you're a player, not a pimp, right? A pimp is
What's
different.
the difference? Chat, we're gonna get into this Daylyt verse from Nitty. This is my friend Diesel. You probably recognize him.
What's up, y'all?
Who won? Let me know who won. Let's put up this poll.
Excuse me. Doug, that's crazy. Like, there's no way with the brain I have today you could take me back to like the 1500s, right? Because if I'm in like the town square and the king is up there like, this weekend in a fortnight from today, we will erect a statue. Hey, yo, my man. Hey, yo. Hey, your highness.
Oh, shout out to everybody that is in the chat. Thanks for joining us. My friend Diesel, the pride of Inglewood. This is like my first friend when I moved to Los Angeles. One of the first. Cali Smooth, and then you. Then maybe Dre Vicious.
Hey, you know what? I would say Cali Smooth is a better friend than me. To you.
I think he's an overall better person than you.
I don't know. I have less time. Never mind.
Shout out to chat Hollywood Squeeze. What's going on, man? You need me to battle? I'm done, bro. I know a lot of niggas pump fake about their retirement, but so I never say never. But I was supposed to be on this Rum Nitty and Daylyt card against XL, and mentally I was like, bro, I've never been this far away from wanting to battle in my life. Not shitting on it, not like excited about it. I was just like, mentally, I haven't thought about rhyming words in a long time. So not only was I far from battling, I was far from even just rapping.
Fair enough.
So Chilla called me and was like, you and XL, blah, 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 blah. It's the biggest card and whatever. I kind of owed Chilla one. And
still owe the nigga, don't you?
Still owe that nigga. Damn. No, I made it good. But
I'm about to say, the quote is, as long as I owe you, you'll never be broke.
I never understand that.
I hate that quote.
As long as I owe you, you'll never be broke. Shout out to everyone in the chat. My name is Assad. You might know me as Emerson. This is my friend Diesel.
Yeah.
Inglewood's finest. We are in Inglewood now. City of Champions.
Oh, it feels good. The air just has the right amount of crime in it. You know what I mean?
I live in Inglewood. That's too much information. I won't tell you where in Inglewood. But I just recently moved here a year ago. Diesel comes to visit me, and he's like, oh,
Manchester,
yeah, you live around here? My nigga got killed on that corner. I'm like, bro, that's not...
Hey, literally, a couple blocks away is where it happened. That's actually funny.
Rest in peace to the homie, by the way. It's not funny. It's not funny at all. Inglewood is changing. Unfortunately, we wish we kept it the same. But we are going to get into Daylyt, Rum Nitty. Diesel is a self-proclaimed big Daylyt fan. Would you say that? Am I misrepresenting you?
Yeah.
Are you a bigger fan of Daylyt than Rum Nitty?
No.
Okay.
Longer fan of Daylyt than Rum Nitty, but it has nothing to do with Rum Nitty.
Okay. All right. So when you heard this battle got announced, you were like, what was your predictions for the battle?
Rum Nitty 3-0.
Why?
He's too current.
Okay.
He's too current. He's still fresh. He's still in the game. He's still doing it, right? And I know distance makes the heart grow fonder, but it could dull the pen. So that's why that was.
We're gonna get into if we think that was the case. If we think Daylight's pen was in fact dulled. I don't want to ruin what I think. So I'm gonna make Diesel score these rounds, and we're gonna assign a winner. But I will say this, without burying the lead. Battle rap remains one of the hardest things to take breaks from. It's really fucking difficult, especially if you're a top tier nigga. You can do it if you're like mid tier murder mook like me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
what's that nigga name? Easy. He was mid tier when he went away.
Sure.
Nobody missed him. Nobody cared.
Now he's back booming.
Well, yeah.
The Almighty T says, are y'all actually going to break down the bars, or are you going to do the surface level stuff everyone else does? See, this is a good. I think we have a little bit of both.
I was about to say a little bit.
But keep in mind, I know niggas like label me as a conscious rapper. I am not that.
I am.
Okay. I'm like one of the. I guess they would label me as a backpacker, but my taste in battle rap is like shoot that nigga in the face.
Yeah, I don't want to do it.
I don't want to do it,
but I definitely want to watch the news tonight.
I sound like every middle America white 17-year-old. Yeah, shoot him, shoot him. So we will get into some of the bars, Almighty T, and what we think about it. But your prediction going in was like you thought Rum Nitty was going to 30-ball Devon Campbell.
No doubt about it. I did have the expectation that Daylyt would have the largest moment in the battle.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
You know what I mean?
We're gonna get into whether you
bar
thought
for bar, like literally judging it, scaling it round by round. I don't think that Daylight's wittiness can hold up to just the overall barrage of punches you expect from Rum Nitty.
Okay, we'll see if that's what happened in the real battle. Almighty T says, I got the Bible verses when you get to them. We won't be going into that in depth. I'm sorry, bro.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. I don't want to say too much information about like me and Daylight's conversations. Not that it's private, but I'm like, I just don't want him to like text me and be like, this is what Daylyt said, you know?
Yeah.
Without telling him. But I will say, I definitely get the references and when he was cooking in the third and even in the first, what he was trying to do and what he got across. I think what we'll get into, or maybe we won't get into, is like, just because you got it doesn't mean it's it.
For sure.
And I've seen a lot of the conversations about Daylyt where people are like, Rum 1-2-1, people be like, you didn't get it. And I'm like, it's not that black and white.
Yeah,
you can still get it and still not prefer it.
100%.
And there's like no room for that in the argument of who won. You know what I mean? It's like, niggas still got it.
It's just...
And we're talking like we're not giving an advantage to Daylyt here. I'm just saying, in general speak.
No, like, bro, like Daylyt has... Nobody really gives a fuck. And if nobody gives a fuck, it don't matter.
What do you mean nobody gives a fuck?
When two artists step on stage, nobody gives a fuck what you're about to say. Either I'm a fan of you or I'm not a fan of you, right? That's just what it is.
Okay.
For most casual fans.
Okay.
But you can win that argument, or you can solidify the argument, or you can change your mind, right? So it doesn't really matter until it matters. You know what I mean? So in that sense, like Daylyt, in my opinion, in like the most Lupe Fiasco scale, is one of the best rappers in the world.
Okay.
Right? But the average nigga who barely graduated from a bottom 30 school.
Me. Community college failed me.
You went to college?
I tried to. Yeah, I didn't last.
Me too. I did a good 6 days at El Camino.
6 days?
6 days.
Nigga, the earth was made at that time. You couldn't do community college. God made the whole earth. This nigga couldn't even finish community college. You couldn't get into English 101. This nigga was making seeds and trees. Dumbass nigga.
I'll never tell you anything about me again.
My fault, bro. My fault. What about the 7th day? You're like, fuck it. I'm back to the trap.
Or have to rest.
Okay.
And on day 8, I was like, I think I've done all I need to do for real.
Okay.
But to keep it honest with you, I got a disability.
Okay.
And I had a piano. Don't laugh because that's real.
My fault.
My right hand, like the last 3 fingers, don't work the same way they do on my left hand.
Oh, you don't got hands. I already know you don't have hands.
That's funny. But anyway, and I had a piano class, and the teacher wouldn't give me extra time to figure it out. Okay. So I dropped that class. And then I got kicked out of 2 other classes.
Okay.
And then all I had was drama. And I'm like, bro, I'm not waking up at 5 in the morning for drama.
Nigga, being dramatic at 5 a.m. is insane.
Well, I had to get there, so really like 6. But
6 o'clock. Still being dramatic at 6 a.m.?
Well, I woke up dramatic every day at 5 o'clock. Man, what the... Anyway.
Can I ask you, allegedly, with your history and knowledge of... This is going to sound like a Vlad TV interview, and I apologize. Tell me about the biggest crime you committed and your social security number. No, with your history of being in Inglewood, growing up in Inglewood, what was the relation growing up in Inglewood to like people that grew up in Watts? As a result of like where Daylyt grew up, did you guys ever have like intersect?
Not
really like that.
Not necessarily. No.
Okay.
I did do in my early adult years, like 19, 20, 18, 19, 20, before I turned 21, we used to throw parties.
In Inglewood?
No, just around the city.
Okay.
I was part of like a little party crew or whatever. And it was Color Me Crack Rated, I think it was what it's called, which ended up turning into Crack City. Right? Oh. So like I knew some of those folks from that time. One of my first barbers, he used to have artists, recording artists, and they used to go down to the pit, and stuff like that. So,
okay. That's when you guys would mingle. Only time you
me
really see
personally,
okay.
yeah. But like outside of that, there's no like long-standing like history between the 2 areas.
Okay, thank you for not roasting my Vlad TV ass question.
We too far.
First name, yes, this is the diesel that Jay the Nightwing was talking about.
And the diesel that Twerk was talking about against Jay the Nightwing, the same diesel that EK was talking about against Jay the Nightwing. I got options, and he took most of them.
Who, Jay did?
Yeah, he took most of my options. I'm all out of options.
Okay, any other last thoughts before we get into kind of break? We're not going to watch it, guys. It's still support the pay-per-view. It's on Rap Grid. Support the pay-per-view. Shout out to Chilla Jones, TBL. Avocado, who shot it, everybody who, this was the biggest, I mean, depending on what URL does the rest of the year, this is going to be the biggest event of the year. Bro, they got Hitman and Mook coming in September.
That same league?
Yeah.
Yeah, it might. Yeah. Well,
niggas got crypto coin or something. I don't know what they did. They got Elon money.
They put,
no, what happened?
URL's calendar on the ceiling.
Tuck your whole summer in.
Days are up.
Shout out to URL. I think they got a cool announcement coming from URL that the people will enjoy.
Yeah.
But huge card, 2-day event, Jazz, Hollow, Twerk, and A-War was supposed to go on. It didn't happen.
Oh.
I know, that's the one I was like, I'll gladly pay my $75. It was $75 for the pay-per-view. I kind of paid my $75, but like, no one
begrudgingly.
Yeah, I just want to support, but I was like, God damn, I wish Twerk and War would happen. But okay, first round, your predictions were Nitty was gonna 30-ball Daylyt.
Yes.
Okay, give me your opinion of like your fanship of Nitty. How do you like Nitty's style? I say that so that people can know if you're biased or not.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out the first name.
I recognize that Nitty is the greatest punchline battle rapper's ever seen. No knock to SONS, Conceited. No knock to Heartless. Like some of the guys who really started B Magic. Some of the greats, right? But I think what Rum Nitty has done for as long as he's done it at the level he's done it, hands down one of the best punchline rapper we've ever seen in battle rap on the main stage.
Here's my question to you before you keep going. Sorry to interrupt. At some point, you know, when people talk about Jazz, they're like, she's the best female battle rapper ever. And I'm like, at some point, you got to drop the female when you talk about Jazz. At some point, don't we have to drop the punchline when we talk about Rum?
He's not better than Twerk.
Rum isn't?
No. Twerk is the best battle rapper that battle rapper scene.
We got to go to the poll. I don't know if I can argue with that. I'll let the fans decide.
I don't care what they say.
You want to fight each one of them?
Yeah.
Whoever's got hands is close to Inglewood.
It's like these games.
Pull up on Diesel.
You know what I mean?
You think Twerk is the best battle rapper ever?
Yes.
Daniel Barella has been a member for 12 months. What's up, Dolphin Gang? Nitty 30 clear. Ward versus Twerk was the reason why I bought the pay-per-view, but the entire card was fire. Man, we feel you. Thank you for being a member for a full year, man. You've been rocking with us since the beginning.
Yeah, shout out to that.
You think Twerk is better than Rum Nitty?
Without a doubt. And I say that
Without
recognizing,
a doubt.
and I say that recognizing that he hasn't been flawless every battle.
Sure.
Right?
I'm not worried about
like he's had underwhelming performances. He's choked. He's had slander on his name about stealing deposits and beating up old URL cast members allegedly. Like he's done a lot that could and should, and if somebody used some of those things to justify why he isn't, I understand, right? Usually I judge things by how bad it gets, not by how good it gets.
Sure.
But I think the ceiling that Twerk has shown so far outweighs any of his bad performances.
You know, that's an interesting conversation that I have with the reason why I don't live stream a lot. I'm not very interesting, but I only like to talk battle rap with certain people. It's like people that I respect their opinions. When you talk about ceilings and basements, those are two conversations that I love to have in battle rap, which is like who has the highest ceiling and who, when you pay a ticket, when you pay your hard-earned money on a pay-per-view, who has the lowest basement and still high. For me, Rum's basement is probably the highest of any battle rapper. Does that make sense? Like the worst he's ever gonna be is still gonna be the highest of anybody's worst.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because he knows that offense wins games. I'm sorry, defense wins games. Offense sells tickets, right? He knows offense, and he is an offensive. He's the Steph Curry.
Rum is Steph,
No doubt about it.
Which reminds me, you saying Twerk is the best battle rapper ever. I see why you would say that, but you don't play 2K. But now when you play 2K, you can select eras. So when you go in there, you're like, you want to play the Bird and Magic era, or Jordan era, LeBron, Kobe, Steph, or now.
Okay.
I would say now has solidified, after this last weekend, has solidified that this is the Rum Nitty era in battle rap. I think it used to be the Tay-Rock era. Twerk had it for a little bit. Geechi had it for a longer bit. But I think right now, this has solidified. He just battled Loaded Lux within a year ago. I don't know. Then now Daylyt is like, bro, this is the Rum Nitty era. You can't say shit. That's why I'm almost like, I know you're bigging him up by saying he's the best punchline ever, but I'm like, we might be able to get rid of the punchline thing, bro.
How? And that's what Fawn say? If all I do is punch, the nigga block it. Somebody got to start blocking because all the nigga does is punch 98% of the time.
It's a fight.
I ain't mad at it. I'm not complaining.
What would would you like him to do anything else?
I would like him to change some of the way his punches is.
Like what?
So that's getting into...
We might get into this. Yeah,
it's getting into what I was about to get into in the first round, right? Or the first question about my where's my fandom with Rum Nitty start and end, or where does it go, right? How far does it expand?
Okay.
I started with saying he's the greatest punchline rapper this game has ever seen.
Okay. Fact.
In my opinion.
Fact.
I'm willing to pass it as a fact. Because his style is so redundant, though, I usually have to watch his battles in segments. He has a Little John beat effect to me.
John B?
Little John.
Oh,
beat
Little John.
effect. Where all the beats sound the same. Crunk Juice, first song on Crunk Juice, the last song on Crunk Juice. You listen to it straight through, nigga. You're going to get lost in the sauce, okay? You're going to forget which track you like and which track you don't like.
Okay. Not that I will argue that point, but can you give me another battler that is not like that? Who can you sit through the most? I'm going to read some of these comments while you think about it. Porcupine Burrows says, Rum, Twerk, and Sick are currently the best in the world. 2/3 out of Jersey. You really believe that?
Yeah, Sick is crazy to
Sick
be in
is
that
fucking nuts. Exo says, Rum Nitty is super overrated. He says, absolutely nothing, no principles, no knowledge. You learn nothing from him but pointless entertainment.
Well, yeah, see, that comes from
Hate.
No, that ain't hate.
Hate.
That ain't hate.
Hate,
That
hate,
ain't
hate,
hate. That ain't hate.
Hate.
That ain't hate, man. That's
Hate.
coming from a nigga who's a vegan looking for something to eat at McDonald's.
Yes.
Right? Because
Very
the
much.
sport of battle rap
Yeah.
today
Yeah.
isn't what Excel fell in love with. It's
Yes,
just not the
Excel's.
same anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the first hamburger at McDonald's was a real hamburger. Now you can leave that shit in the safe for 20 years and it'll look the same. Right?
Yeah.
Like he's looking for the wrong thing at the wrong. He's looking for love in all the wrong places.
My opinion on art has changed. I used to be a nigga like this. Shout out to you, Exos. Thanks for dropping that comment. And thanks for tuning in. I used to be a nigga that's like, I just want the purest form of everything. Lyricism, high level lyricism. And now I actually see the beauty in pop. Not all, like not just whoever's the most commercial artist is the best artist, but I actually see the beauty in like combining intelligence and like consumerism.
Yeah, bro. That's where the money is.
Well, not just that, but it's a specific art. Like for decades, we've been like, nah, backpack rappers and basement rap is all like, we just want lyrics. I'm like, that's cool, bro. But you actually, if you can't appreciate that without acknowledging that there's actual art to bring in high level thoughts in a simple way.
Bro,
You can't discredit it.
it's actually very hard to do.
It's very fucking tough, bro.
Well,
It's very tough.
Who do you think is, just off the top of the head, no right or wrong answer, first rich pop artist that come to mind?
Taylor Swift?
Cool. First the richest backpack artist.
The richest. Joey Badass. If you could call him backpack, you know?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's like, bro, I promise you, Adele makes the same music as Taylor Swift.
Oh, Adele is my nigga.
They just make breakup music.
Bro.
And people look at Adele as like the white Whitney Houston and Taylor Swift as like the corny white sellout. I'm like, I promise you, the content's the same. How they deliver it is completely
No
different.
doubt about it.
You know what I mean?
Adele don't get enough credit because she was a fat white lady with soul.
I love a fat white lady.
I believe that. I really do.
First round, it's on Rum Nitty. Let me get into some of these notes, bro. Any
Please.
thoughts early before we get into some of these bars from Rum, from Cornell Powell?
Yeah, Cornell.
Sorry for saying your government,
I understand why.
The chat's not fucking with you, by the way. They said Rum Nitty's a better battle rapper. That's 60% to 40%. They
Yeah,
said Diesel don't got hands, by the way. He can't back that up.
Yeah, so I like to reference the fact that I said I don't give a fuck what they think. You asked me my opinion. But I understand the reason for the alien mask.
Okay, this is your first thought? We're in the first round. Okay.
Yeah, it's the first round.
Okay.
Right? I understand Daylyt's known for the ski mask. He put out the alien mask.
Both of them put a mask on in the first round.
Yeah. Sometimes it makes you wonder if these niggas prep together, but that's a story for another day. Because several things that happened, I was just like, I don't remember one off the top of my head that's number one, but I remember feeling that multiple times throughout the battle. Now, I've met Rum Nitty multiple times. I just shook his hand.
Solid nigga, bro. Rum's always been a solid nigga.
At the Billy event, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I was
Rum's a
thoroughly
solid nigga, bro.
intoxicated. So I knew the nigga was bald.
All right, man. Let me clear the paint. Go ahead, dude. This is the in-depth bar analysis you're getting from Diesel and DK. Go ahead, bro. Talk about his baldness, bro. This is why people tune in, for follicles.
I didn't know the nigga was that bald. I didn't know there was level to baldness until today. And that really shocked the shit out of me. But anyway, outside of that.
How can you be different levels of... Okay, go ahead.
Because some niggas got stubble. His shit was just Mr. Cleaned Up. Anyway, I will say that 60%, what was the chat? What was the numbers in there?
It's up to 63%. Rum Nitty over Twerk.
I knew that was going to look... I'm actually shocked it was that low.
Okay.
I knew it was going to be like that from the first bar.
Okay.
When the clean your act up bar, it was...
Spill shit on this stage, make you clean your act up.
Yeah, it was, and like, it got one a hell of a...
So here's the thing, like, maybe the fans know, me and Diesel both battle rapped a little bit, and the easiest reaction you'll get all day as a performer is your first four.
Yeah.
It's the easiest reaction you'll get. So if you're always rating your bars, like when I write bars, I'm like, oh, that's a 6 out of 10, but that's all I got right now. That's a 10 out of 10. I won't start with a 10 out of 10. because it's almost wasting the potential of that bar.
For sure.
If you start at a 6 out of 10, the crowd's ready to cheer in the beginning, so you can give them a 6, and they'll be like, ah. For me, Rum Nitty's first like 12. This is like not an original take on Rum, but again, his like ceiling is like here. Even knowing that as one of his big fans, because I'm a huge fan of Rum, I was like, oh, these are really average for Rum. Like, he came out the gate, and I was like, oh, these are actually average for him.
And
before he put on the alien mask.
But why he's one of the best punchline rappers that's ever rapped in battle rap before, right? So I'm hoping this isn't coming off as hate, because I will not drop the battle rap until Twerk retires at this moment. Never mind. But the nigga, he says things that I think are meh coming from him, that if some other person said it, it'd be like, I can't believe this nigga. This nigga finally got good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, but even, okay, so, which normally, if he's like in Indianapolis, Arkansas, whatever, and Rum Nitty has that performance, I'm like, oh, Nitty's still great. He's just in a small battle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he doesn't have to put his phone on
like
the
him
gas.
versus Clutch, for example. I don't know if you saw that.
Yes, I did.
Right,
Yeah.
so him versus Clutch.
Yeah, he's like,
he didn't take him light.
do my shit. You know, he still had dropped a couple bombs on him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in a day's work. I didn't expect him to come out against Daylyt with such like kind of clean your act up. Was like, okay.
Yeah,
you
he
know?
got.
Then he puts on, like you said, he puts on the alien mask. Does this work for you? The whole alien thing?
I'm not really a gimmick guy.
See, this is what I don't understand about battle rap fans. Niggas is begging Rum to do something else, and he tries a lot of shit.
For sure.
But most people end up hating it.
Good.
The nigga tries a lot of shit, bro. Like low-key, he does.
I believe you. I know he does. But the reason why he falls back on punching is because that's what he's the best at, right? None of the other things we want him to be good. Not equally is a damn near impossible task, right?
Yeah.
But like in the same vicinity as good at other stuff as he is as punchlines, right? And anytime he tries something else, it's not even the same ballpark, in my opinion.
I feel you. Yeah, and I don't think it has to be.
And that's his fault for being such a good rapper.
Yeah. Greatest gift or greatest curse.
Start being worse, nigga. We'll give you more credit on the other shit. Stupid.
Well, I think it's kind of like if I can just be passable at these things. If I can scheme, if I can like struggle talk for a little bit. Because you just don't want the thing with Rum Nitty, like you said, like you already kind of pointed out, was like the thing he's best at, you can't do for a whole battle. And I'll tell you the point in the second round when I was like, okay, this is the point in the Rum Nitty battle where I'm like kind of lost interest in what he's doing right now. But okay, alien costume doesn't work for you.
No.
The first real bomb I get in the first round from Rum where I was like, that's the money I spent, like well spent on Rum, is talk about Daylyt's son. Even catch your son downtown.
Oh, mine came before that.
What was it?
Agent K. The Flash, and you won't remember a thing like Agent K. I like that. That was why I was like, it's simple. Okay. It's not his greatest work, but it was a step up from where we started. Okay. Also, the first bar didn't really get on my nerves as much as the reaction did. Like if they weren't glazing from jump,
you're not gonna talk about the niggas behind Rum, are you?
I'm for sure talking about that nigga. It was two, but really only one, especially because they look alike. Them niggas, bro, from jump, while standing inside the building, claims the building is broken.
You said, is this what death feels like? Hey, shout out to being a fan. Whoever that was, shout out to support. You were in the building, you paid your ticket. But there is corner etiquette. You know what I mean? Like you can tell people who've never been on camera act like they've never been on camera. Like he's gonna live that his whole life being like, oh, I did too much on that footage, bro. I did all that in that footage.
I can't believe it.
He did a lot, bro. He did a lot. Let me read some of these comments before we get. Okay. Oh yeah, we're getting into Bible verses. Stumbles did a 10 and a 10 in his first 4 bars against Kid Slate, then had a 2 and 10 out of the rest 4 bars. Exactly.
Well, his name Stumbles for a reason. He gonna fumble for sure.
I really fuck with Stumbles.
When Stumbles going, when that nigga said, I plugged my phone up on your casket to let him know the plug in it. So I'm like, my Lord and Savior.
What do we got here? Meanwhile, y'all could give like the round if he put a spawn mask. Yeah, Cam, I'm gonna get into Daylyt spawn mask too, or the mask he put on. I think the most underrated skill set in battle rap is to maintain the audience's attention throughout the entire battle. That's Matthew Jenkins, who's like one of our best members. I hate to go like super backpack on you, like I'm wearing an LRG shirt, but like it's called Master of Ceremonies for a reason. Like crowd control and knowing what the audience is expecting is, if you have that, you can be good for like decades in battle rap.
Sure.
Like the thing with any type of art form, I know this from like filmmaking, which is like the only and most important pillar of success is making the thing happen as close to how you thought about it in your head.
Okay.
That is skill, right? Like, as much as you can actualize the thing to make it look exactly what you had in your brain, that's called vision, right? And that works for any skill set. So, like, if you know you're taking the audience or the crowd on a ride like this, like Rum Nitty is, and it's like, I'll put this right here and they're going to react to this, they're just like puppets for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think in the first round, they were so excited to see this battle. If Rum had fell like flat, like I thought the first 12 bars could, that's the only spot it could have worked in. It worked in the best spot for him because it was like the crowd was so pumped to see these two.
It didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
It just didn't matter, bro.
So you like the Agent K, the Men in Black shit. Bro, if I hear another Men in Black reference in battle rap, I'm going to throw up. I'm going to be honest with you, bro.
They're still making movies, nigga.
How many have you seen?
All of them.
There's a thing about like, I want to create a book about like battle rap references that we can stop using. We can stop with Men in Black's getting there, bro. We can stop using that reference.
Why?
It's just tough to flip a reference that's been used so many times.
Because it's
dog.
hey,
Come on, man.
What did your mama tell you, boy?
What did my mom say?
She said,
you know my mom. What'd she say?
You can quit anything.
Just don't quit because you're not good at it.
I thought it was because it's too hard.
Or because it's too hard. Yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry. It's too hard. Yeah.
What you said with the reference, you said just right now, you was like, how difficult is it to be able to flip that reference? I don't think we should quit just because it's hard.
I feel you.
I think we should be mindful of it. Especially, bro, you just had a defeat bar against Eunice.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Somebody in the chat go watch the battle report. What part of that fucking around this nigga said
I
defeat
promise I
twice?
wouldn't use that. I promise I wouldn't use that.
You said defeat.
Maybe I used the word defeat, but I didn't.
What is a defeat bar?
Oh, I thought you meant like I was playing it off like it was supposed to be the feet.
Oh, no. But like, that's the same.
All right. Okay.
No, it ain't. I'll take it back.
My first real Rum Nitty bar was like Catch Your Son Downtown.
Yeah, I fucked with
Crazy.
that.
That to me was like, okay, now this is the rum I thought was going to happen against Daylyt. What do you have after that? Anything?
Oh, the best bar of the battle, the round.
What was it?
He said, you be up there with the safe crackers. Me too, or some shit like that. Like, nigga,
So you got
what?
a house in the hills with the
Safe crackers.
So do I.
So do I. And that comes right after the sun downtown?
It does.
Come on,
Bugging.
fam.
He's bugging.
That placement, bro. The placement is amazing, fam.
Bro, and like Rum Nitty's performing his ass off. In this small, like,
Yeah.
style. He's performing his ass off in there. Bro, that's what I thought was going to happen. I predicted in this battle that their styles are so, like, diametrically opposed. I didn't think it was going to be a close battle. I was like, someone's style is going to win out. Daylyt's not going to bark and perform. Daylyt's kind of like, we've talked about, me and him and Daylyt have talked about, like, how he performs like a snake a little bit, where, like, he just strikes, like, he coils up, then strikes. Rum's just like a fucking lion that's just, like, ferociously attacking like a Tasmanian devil, and Daylight's calm, and then when he like wants to project, he'll get on, you know, like, and I thought those two were so opposite that it wasn't gonna do for a good back and forth. I was like, someone's style's just gonna win out. Either Rum's gonna look like he's trying too hard, or Daylight's gonna look like he's not barking on Rum.
Yeah, so I think what Daylyt, we'll get into that later. I agree with you. I agree. I think that was a good point. I do feel like Daylyt would have had a better chance on a bigger stage because he would have rapped different. This is small room rapping Daylyt. Look at him versus Tay. Same kind of intimate setting. Way more intimate because there's no crowd.
Yeah.
But like when you get him, when you think about all of Daylight's biggest moments, 90% of them are on gigantic stages where his the way he actualizes his material.
Yeah.
The way he like performs lands, it out. It just lands so different, bro.
So going into this battle, I was worried for Daylyt, right? I talked to them. They shot it here, the face off here. They both came over here, and I shot the face off here. And I was like, Daylyt, don't play with him, bro. I know you've been waiting for battle rap for a little bit, but like this nigga's grown since you've been gone. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
You know when you leave and go on vacation and then like your little brother's like grown a couple feet, like, oh shit, I don't know if I can mop this nigga up anymore. It's like, don't play with him, bro.
It's like when my dad went to go get milk.
What happened?
He never came back. But I
Nigga 32. Dad 32.
I ain't gonna lie though, that's actually not true. I was never raised by my dad, I was raised by my grandparents. But I will say that my next door neighbor, she was like 99 when she passed away.
Okay.
So she lived a long time. Shout out to Christine Gibson, man. Shout out to Granny.
Mm-hmm.
She told me that her sister, until she passed away, didn't eat watermelon for 30 years. Because her nigga said he was going to the store to get some watermelon and never came back.
And so she took the
And
grudge
she
out.
vowed it off. I'll never eat watermelon again. That's some real trauma, my nigga. That's some real trauma. I don't even know why I told you that.
You gotta
Anyway,
unpack
nigga.
that, bro. You gotta unpack that. Okay, safe crackers.
Safe crackers was crazy.
I stop a nigga dead in their tracks like Machiavelli.
I didn't understand that.
You know, Machiavelli came out, the album from Tupac.
Okay.
So, he was dead in those songs, dead in the tracks.
I don't like it.
That's hate. You don't like that? That's hate.
No.
You don't like that?
I might like it tomorrow.
All right, bro. All right, man. You
Some
got it, bro.
things-
You don't like that?
Some things gotta grow on you, like a fungus.
Okay, there's a couple things. So I have Rum Nitty rules, which like in terms of battle rap, when I watch all of battle rap, I don't hate. I just really don't love like bars. Anytime you're using like,
Yeah.
there's something like this, something like this, you know. And then I have Rum Nitty rules where like it all gets thrown out the window. I'm like,
yeah,
he can
yeah.
do as much as he wants because he's, you know, it's like I might hate the fadeaway, but if Jordan's doing it, I might like it.
Fair
you know?
enough.
And also, I'm just like people on this channel know I'm not a big fan of name flips. Almost hate them.
Yeah, he did a lot of name flips, but like it's and so again, right? Like the exceptions of the rule, which I think he earned, rightfully so. It's like Rum Nitty gets, in my opinion, he gets fixated on a path, and he can stay on that path for a round and a half.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the thing where I think people don't realize what Rum's been doing the last couple of battles. He'll scheme in the third he starts with like all struggle bars. He'll do like the costume stuff. So when people say he's just a puncher, I'm like, he's actually kind of a well-rounded battler.
Yeah.
But he just punches so fucking well that I think people sometimes just think that's all he can do.
Did you know who Balrog is, right? You know he could kick?
Who's Walrog?
Balrog.
Who's Balrog?
The boxing nigga from Street Fighter.
Oh, I don't play Street Fighter.
Anyway, he can't kick. But ruin my fucking joke, bro. Jeez Louise. I was trying to say that he punches so well that because the other things aren't as phenomenal,
Yeah.
or he hasn't gotten him to that stage. I love that he's trying. I'm loving that he's changing it up here and there. It is easier and more palatable for me to watch him for 3 rounds now than it was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? 3 years ago, I'd have watched the first round and we would have filmed this in May.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
I would have had to wait for it, but
That's a fact.
But he's definitely it's cool. I fuck with him. I think he's one of the best ones. Actually, my favorite bar of the battle in the round was right after that.
What happened?
After he took the LED sided,
sided
nigga, what? Like,
Yeah.
nigga, what?
Yeah. Yeah. You know how like I don't know if you listen to Kodak Black, but like
I love Black.
I love Kodak so much, bro. But like he'll just make a lot of shit rhyme that doesn't rhyme. It reminds me a lot of the way like Rum plays with like the language where I'm like he decided, you know, but like you give it a pass because the way he says it makes sense that it sounds like that. If a nigga like me with like the way I talk, or like if you give him an he decided, it's like no, that's
Yeah,
not
nah,
work.
fam.
Because no
him
one
up.
decided to do that. No one decided to do that. But the way Rum says it, I'm like, oh, he's playing with the language a lot to make that punchline, and it doesn't ever feel like a stretch, really.
Rarely feels like a stretch.
Rarely feels like it.
Rarely
Yeah.
feels like a stretch.
Okay, so what happened, chat? Me and Diesel, I made him watch this battle just like an hour ago. It's an hour-long battle. Diesel only watches battle rap now on like TikTok. This nigga's ADD is out of control. He'll only watch like a minute.
So?
I know, I feel you. There's like a market for that. I'm not even mad at that. So
Also-
I sat him down and made him watch and take notes. And his favorite part of the first round, he says to me, comes about 2 minutes into Rum Nitty's first round. Rum says, you said a line about you would fuck Diddy.
Oh, nigga, this is greatness.
The crowd laughs.
Not Daylyt.
Not Daylyt. 'cause
No,
what does-
hell no.
What does Daylyt do?
He said, Nigga, Diddy fucked a bunch of y'all favorite niggas. Yo, he's unhinged, fam. Because Nitty didn't tell a lie in that setup. Daylyt did said he wanted to fuck Diddy. And instead of like deflecting or defending, like the nigga went right to justification. How am I wrong, nigga? Bro,
Let me bump this audio up. Keep talking.
Bro, I think I told you this story today, as a matter of fact. One of my favorite things about Daylyt is just as a human being, right? Is that the nigga does not know how he will not break character. He will not break character, bro. I was at a long time ago. I was at LA Battlegrounds event, right? Mm-hmm. And we outside the event, chilling, chopping it up, hibbity hoopla. And I know a decent amount of animal facts, random ass animal facts, right? Like I used to want to be a zoologist type shit. This nigga Daylyt sat outside and told me that he just got back from filming in Alaska, and that moose are the most dangerous animals on earth. And he talked to me about this, talked to a crowd of us about this for like 30 minutes, bro. Like, I'm telling you, like, nah, bro, you don't know. Like, don't believe what you've seen. Like, I've been around. Like, he really, and I knew he was wrong when he started talking. I knew it. But by the end of it, by the time, he'll never know, unless he watched this, by the time I walked away, I Googled it. I had to check. And of course, the nigga was wrong.
It's incorrect.
Yeah, but years later, when Caffeine took over, they was about to do that big ass event. I forgot who the nigga was battling. Mm. It was before, who's that?
Don't know.
It don't matter. And I was at cause you was booked that time. So I went with you to do like the little promo, shooting promos and shit.
Okay.
And we in like the back little area, chilling where the couches, all the talent is, waiting for everybody to be called up, right? And I bring this moment back up today, like this is my first time seeing him in a long time at this point. I bring it back up like, hey, nigga, remember that time you lied to me about moose being the most dangerous animals in the world? That nigga looked me dead in the face and was like, they are.
In a simple way, that sums up Daylyt.
Bro.
That completely sums up who Daylyt is.
And that response to Nitty using that setup line, you said you would have fucked Diddy.
He said, he fucked a lot of y'all favorites.
What? Nigga, how am I wrong?
Wait, what's going on in Daylight's head for that to be his rebuttal?
Bro.
So he's not denying it.
No, because he said it multiple times.
He
on Vlad. One of the worst places you could be besides No Jumper these days. You know what I mean?
Bro.
Shout out to No Jumper.
Daylyt is a sick nigga, bro.
Yeah, bro. That was gotta be the GOAT.
I mean, he's probably just so like sick of hearing that angle that he's like saying different shit now. But for him to be like, so he fucked most of y'all favorites?
Nah, bro. Daylyt really, in my opinion, one thing that really just like brings the nigga joy in life is making other people uncomfortable. Yeah. If you look at his career, look at his antics, the nigga, he wiped his balls, man. He touched his balls and then wiped that hand on Low Pesci face.
You have to kill him.
I don't know how he's still around. He told all the niggas in the building at Queen of the Ring to get out.
So he could bring his tool out.
Yeah. And word on the street is, all the niggas didn't leave.
Okay, so.
Damn, could you imagine being a cameraman? Like, damn, I know he said leave, but I got a job to do. Anyway, go ahead. Yeah, that was my favorite line. That he almost won the round with that defense. Because defense wins games. Offense sells tickets.
Him saying
defense wins games.
Did he fuck most of y'all favorites? Hey, really quick, let me sidebar. You reminded me when we went to that first Caffeine event and I had to do all that promo. This is like before I worked for them.
Yeah.
They were taking pictures and shit. Can I ask you a question? You know they say a coward dies 1,000 deaths? Have you ever heard that quote?
Yeah, I love that quote.
It's a great quote. When we went there, I went with you and my girlfriend at the time. And the cameraman knew my girlfriend. And he gave her a hug, which I thought was a little too long.
Ah.
But
and I know the type of hugs. Same shit I do to women. When I know I used to. I know
they would. I didn't shoot him.
Never,
I'm pussy. I didn't shoot him. Huh? I should have shot him.
Hell nah. Hell no. Because
what's too long of a hug? He didn't lift her off her feet. If he lifted her off her feet, I would have had to scrap.
Anything that you don't like is too long.
Okay.
In a relationship.
It was his chest to her back. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. He was about to.
What?
All right, I'm sorry.
I hit it with a creepy uncle hug. I ain't seen some last Christmas.
All right, so Daylyt says, did he fuck most of your favorites? Okay, and then me and Diesel have a disagreement on what we call Game of Thrones / Sons of Anarchy. Mm-hmm. Game of Thrones to me in a battle is when it ends badly. Rum had a Game of Thrones. It's like, he had a couple bangers, he had a couple nines. I didn't have a 10 in there. What's your best bar that first round?
I'm going with Safe Crackers.
Safe Crackers. And
No
so
doubt about it.
Okay. My best bar is Sundown Town. I think that's kind of crazy.
Okay.
Sundown Town was my best bar. But the thing is like, Rum Nitty just had a Game of Thrones to me. It's like the first round was great, but just ended poorly.
Yeah.
That last season.
Yeah, I personally think Jack's riding a motorcycle into a big rig is
don't
a worse.
spoil Sons of Anarchy for people.
It's been over for 10 years. If they haven't seen
You're
it,
the only nigga that watched
I'm not
Sons of
sorry.
Anarchy. You realize that,
I'm
right?
the only nigga that's done a lot. I'm a trailblazer.
Okay. End of round one. Daylyt goes.
Yeah.
Here's my thing about Light. Mm-hmm. This is my boy, by the way. I fuck with Daylyt heavy, man. Shout out to him because he's been on this channel a lot. Who's helped build a lot. Here's the thing. I think the biggest advantage when you take a break from battle rap and you're as big a star as Daylyt is, like, that first 4 to 8 bars is like the moment. Like, and you have to do so little when you're a superstar like that to meet that moment. People have basically been waiting like 2-3 years to hear your first 4 bars.
Yeah.
It kind of happens a little bit when he's like, you know what happened if I chased a nigga? Glock break a nigga? He started like that, and the crowd was like, let's go. You know what I mean? Rock band. And then he went into like a first 16 to 24 that I know you guys want us to break down what he was doing. And because we're not breaking it down line for line, please don't get it confused. Like, I mean, we're not the smartest people in the world. I think we understand what Daylyt was doing in that first round and what he was saying. But to me, I'm like, oh, I thought he kind of missed an opportunity for this, like, Daylyt is back moment.
Bro, without a doubt, man. Like, the survivors of, I don't know if you could say, the smaller costs, whatever, when they got freed, some of them died. It's rumored, documented, whatever. Rumored, said that they passed away the first time they got fed.
Yeah.
Because the sheer shock of real soup,
and like
real
bread,
food, real sustenance
yeah.
was too much for them to handle. It was like sensory overload,
yeah.
right? And this was Daylyt's opportunity to do that to his fans that's waited for him.
And you're comparing that to one of the biggest genocides in...
No, not the genocide, the freeing of them and how they reacted to food. Daylyt had the opportunity to sensory overload his fans. It's the point I'm making.
Yeah.
And if that was offensive to anybody, I'm not even sorry. You can't cancel me, nigga. I ain't got no job, nigga.
Yeah, I thought it was a missed opportunity.
Yeah,
man.
for sure. But I think that Daylyt just, the same reasons why we love him is the same reason why he disappoints us. It's because he's willing to do things to prove he do not care.
See,
he do whatever he want to do.
I don't think that's the case. I think Daylyt went into this battle because I don't know if he would say it, but I think Daylyt is influenced heavy by Lux.
Okay, without a doubt.
And I think he went into this battle being like, hey, I'm the industry guy now. I'm like this. I have conscious music that I make. I'm about the culture. I'm about the sport of it. And those days of me going viral are in the past. I did what I had to do, but now I've kind of found my home with a record label that I like. And I want my artists, my like artistry to be the forefront and not the like me trying to go viral.
Wow.
And plus, like, just sidebar, niggas that are rapping or anybody still trying to go viral in 2025, come on, bro.
You gotta
go hug your mom, bro.
Pat that. Touch grass.
Touch grass, bro. Stop trying to.
Say.
I'm trying to go viral. What the fuck? Will you make art? You're not content, fuck ass nigga. Oh, sorry, my fault.
Yeah. He's he an artist. He says about his shit.
Man, if I see rapper does bottle flip while rapping the ABCs in reverse. You niggas, I'll shoot one of you niggas. Can you just make art, please, and stop trying to go clickbait? But I'm saying, like, I think Daylyt, as someone who doesn't know him that well but knows him a little bit, was on this next chapter, like post Tay-Rock battle and being like, bro, I'm just an artist now.
Yeah, but the
It's just about
Tay-Rock
the
battles
lyricism.
where this Daylyt really no, actually it kind of started in the Pat Stay battle. He had an antic in the Pat Stay battle with the slavery master chain thingamajiggy. But,
Yeah.
Daylyt, it's funny because what I look at as like somewhat freedom, right, to do whatever, regardless of what's expected of you, you're saying he's confined to his new persona.
Yeah.
Like you look at him as like a caged bird. When I'm like looking at him like this nigga just don't give a fuck, and you like, nah, he definitely cares.
I think he does.
And I don't think you're wrong. I think I'm wrong here.
I think he does. I think he wants to be, as we all like. I tell you all these writing tips that I get from taking writing classes, but it's like, and we might have had this conversation before, but when I'm script writing, the rule I remember the most is that you want to write how people speak in real life for the most part, and the way people speak in real life is no one says anything without wanting something. And once you understand that, it makes writing a lot easier. Right? It's like, even if I'm like, what? I mean, I wanted something when I said that, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And when Daylyt's writing, I can't get over the idea of what he wants us to think about him when he's writing. Is this weird? Have I done too much drugs? This is shrooms, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think you're right here. I think I was wrong in my original assessment. I think that Daylyt has probably always felt that lyrically he's in a different stratosphere than other niggas. That's probably how he feels.
Yes,
how he
but
looks at the
almost
world.
like handcuffed with the ability to be like, I could actually have these ideas get really popular if I do this thing.
Yeah.
Which is like dangerous to me in good and bad ways, which is like he actually has the real talent, but he also knows and maybe has a want for a limelight and attention. So he's like, I think he acknowledges the sheer talent level he has and that people don't get by on just that. So he has to do something else.
Facts. Did you see that fucking, I think it's the Anthony Mackie interview recently
About his sons?
about success?
What did he say?
He said success is given, it's not earned.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Right, but he pretty much talks like bro, there's a better actor than me out there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. You see so many stories.
Like how many people do you know that got a passion, that got a dream, and they are pursuing it to
Yeah.
no end
Yeah.
and never make it? They're talented. Their scripts are good. Their films are good. Their music is good. Their hooks are great. Their art is good. Their drawings are, whatever it is, bro, they're killing it. They live, breathe, eat the shit that they're talking about.
Yeah.
And they just
Yeah.
don't get picked, right? I think the reason why I brought that up is I think that with that being something I kind of believe in, I think Daylyt made sure he was picked.
That's a great point of view. Which is like, I'm not going to be one of those niggas that has immense skill that no one's going to know about.
Yeah, bro.
And I fuck with it. I couldn't do it. My own morals get in the way a little bit of it. But I still respect the fact that he's like, nigga, I'm not going to be broke
Nah, for sure.
being one of the best rappers ever.
No doubt about it.
Because like, there's a couple schools of thought, which is like, if you have a gift, you owe something to that gift. I don't know if I believe this, but Rick Rubin talked about it a lot, which is like, you owe something to that gift. And only you can determine what you owe it. Do you put time in it? Do you bug record label execs to like make sure they see your gift? It's like, what do you actually owe to that gift? And we've known a bunch of niggas that are like gifted at something that didn't like commit anything to it.
100%.
You know what I mean? And so shout out to Daylyt, however he assigns what he owes to his gift. I think he's like, and even when you talk to him now and you talk about all the viral shit that has happened, he's like, bro, I was on J. Cole's album. I'm Grammy nominated. I hit the Billboard. And I think he thinks that's a payoff of what he does.
Yeah,
I'm
nigga,
not even mad at him, bro.
And that's why he wanted to fuck Diddy. Because he can do that. What are you going to say? When it gets real, right? Like at some point in time, Daylight's like, nigga, I know who I am.
I think this is a different Daylyt. Am I tripping? I think viral Daylyt, that this is a different Daylyt. Or he wants it to be a different Daylyt.
Yeah, I read a book in high school. I wish I remember the name. I've been saying this for years. But it said, I am all the years that made me who I am today.
Yeah.
At 37, I'm still that 3-year-old kid who cries here and there.
Yeah.
I'm still that 15-year-old boy who hasn't figured out his emotions and lash out at times, right? So as much as we evolve from where we are, like a leopard doesn't become a seagull. It becomes a more efficient leopard, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
So I think like as much as he's evolved, there's still a lot of what made him who he is to us, that he did for so long, that this is just residuals, bro.
Sorry for the people that came for bar breakdowns. This is how me and Diesel talk.
Yeah, for sure. And also,
Two no good niggas that probably do too much extracurricular activities that make open our mind up to different thoughts of battle rap. But it's interesting to like think about. Like when we were watching it together, we were like, oh, we couldn't help but think about how the fans see Daylyt.
For sure.
And that equates to what kind of reactions he's getting, like what kind of bars he's able to get away with.
And it actually that thought made the third round make sense.
Let's get to it. Well, let's go to the second round first. So after the first round ends, a couple notes from this first round. I've seen James Harden play better defense than Rum Nitty. Rum Nitty's defense is fucking tough. For how good he is at battle rapping, he might be the worst.
Bro, he's like an overly sensitive porch light. You know, the motion sensors. Anything. A leaf blow by, that motherfucker reacted. It's popping up. No, it's terrible, fam.
Shout out to Rum, because I like the passion. But yeah, it's terrible defense.
This nigga literally said, we're going back to the shit, right? Grab Daylyt. Swung him around, moved him around. Daylyt went with it, right? And then in the second round, I think it was...
Daylyt leaned on him?
Leaned on him. Like, hey, we ain't doing all that.
You gonna lean on me, my nigga. You gonna lean on me. Shout out to Rum for keeping it
G,
man.
You got the nigga in the background. Jab him again. Jab him.
Okay, here's again, we're getting into like metaphysical talk here, but we want to keep it battle rap. But they're enjoying it in the chat. So thank you guys for hanging with us. You won't get a breakdown like this anywhere else. But I will say this. Daylyt looks at battle rap and he's like, I escaped battle rap. I have success out of it. And sometimes the things you spent so much time on, when you receive success out of it, you end up like resenting how much time you spent there in battle rap.
Okay.
So sometimes the interviews out here, Daylyt be like, you battle rap nigga. It's like, oh, you battle rap's all like this, you know? And shout out to him, he's earned whatever he's gotten. But sometimes being anti-something doesn't make you something. You have to actually stand for something else, which Daylyt does. I'm not saying that's
no, that's
Daylyt definitely does, but you just can't build a like identity and style and personality off of like, I don't fuck with anything. It's like, well, then what do you fuck with? What do you stand for? And sometimes in Daylight's first round, where he's talking about a little bit of like, you battle rap niggas, I'm like, Daylyt, you're one of us.
There is no us without you, nigga.
My nigga, you used to go here.
Yeah.
I had a locker by you.
For sure.
You know what
graduated.
I mean? Yeah.
I was in 10th grade, nigga.
You're a goat. You're a goat to us, my nigga. You know, so like, I think sometimes in Daylight's head, he can resent how much time he's spent in battle rap and how much like $5 checks he got for battling in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Right.
You know what I mean? To be like, now he's like getting the proper attention he deserves because he's immensely talented. But sometimes I get the feeling like when he's rapping that like he's not one of us. I'm like, bro, you're the best of us, my nigga.
But at the same time, I think it goes back to what I was saying. I don't think he ever thought he was one of us.
That might be true. Might be
right.
True.
Like I don't think
true.
you know, they say money don't change you, it just shows people who you really are. I don't think his acceptance into the actual industry changed him.
Huh.
I think that's who he always wanted to be. It took him a little while to get there. He had to go a unconventional route. Most battle rappers, most people who have a household name like Daylyt in battle rap don't typically go off and do things. Surf is a close second.
Yeah. Hitman and shit.
You know what I mean? But the Wild 'N Out. But even in the Wild 'N Out, they're forced to battle rap there. You know what I mean?
Ironic.
Like
it's ironic.
they couldn't even escape it. You know what I mean? So to speak. So I think Daylyt never looked at himself as a battle rapper. I think he looked at himself who was a rapper of any kind. I think if you said, Daylyt, what style of rap could you not do? He said, bring me a hopper.
You know what? You might have changed my opinion on this. You might have swayed my opinion because I think actually while Daylyt was battling, he probably thought something else was in the card for him. Because he manifested it. And shout out to Daylyt, man. We love you, bro. Like,
yeah, for sure.
And you deserve everything in the world. You know what I mean? I just like want to make it known that like you might not. Well, bottom line is you came back to bless us. You know what I mean? Like no matter with all the success you've had and things going for you, I know there's a check involved, but still you came back to bless us. You know what I mean? You could have shit on us and like never returned to battle rap, but you came back and like took someone that wanted to put blood in your mouth. You know what I mean? So shout out to you.
Daylyt was that my first battle?
Against who?
My first battle?
Was it Geechi?
Shy Dog.
Shy Dog. Okay.
Yeah.
Was he at your Geechi battle? Who's at your Geechi battle too?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Why did you get cooked? Did Geechi cook you?
No.
Why? Unfortunately. All right.
He reacted too much to Geechi. Yeah. He showed me love too, but like I remember like you
that's a
doing
little much. This is early Geechi. This is Caesar.
like, these are
Low fade Geech.
Hey man, we go back, man. Remember you was at
This is low fade Geech. If you guys don't know the West, like URL, this is me putting words in their mouth.
Yeah,
they were
good.
looking for a West representative so bad, bro. They tried Diz, they tried Daylyt, they tried Danny, and it was like no one could cross over.
You know it's sick
They were looking
because
so bad.
Diz is unpredictable.
Yeah.
He's hard to manage.
Mm-hmm.
Daylyt, same in a different way, but the same. I'm actually shocked at Danny. You know what Danny is? Danny loved battle rap too much to recognize the business in it. No matter what URL said,
I'm not letting you
Danny
get this
was
off.
gonna be in somebody's broiler room screaming in somebody else's face.
I'm not letting you get this take off, man. We're not disrespecting
What are you
the
talking
GOAT.
about?
We're not disrespecting the GOAT, bro.
Who the GOAT?
Danny.
Yeah, he's one of the greats. But because
He was
you know
willing to battle
URL when you back then they was like, nigga, if we invest in you, you're not
better
going
get this
nowhere
done.
without
That's
our
a good
stamp.
point. No, that's a good point.
And Danny just couldn't fuck with that.
You know what? I appreciate this because everybody has a forum or a format for success until someone new comes and does something different. You're like, oh, that's a new format. It's like actually just the individual made it happen. Like back then it was like you can't take small battles. I wanted to like put a little like point on the fact that Rum Nitty is battling like Loaded Lux, and then like Stab Wound Steve in Arkansas. And then right after this Daylyt battle, shout out to Elijah Straight because he's good, but he's nowhere on the level of
No
Daylyt's
way.
known. And
Hell.
like, shout out to Rum for being the first real like God tier MC that'll still be in someone's backyard punching on your favorite local MC, bro.
Second,
Who's the first?
Danny Myers. I just talked about it.
I'm saying shout out to Danny. That's my bro. But like, has Danny reached as high as Rum is reaching right now? He just battled Lux and Light, man. They're gonna like.
Fair enough. Oh, you saying
So,
from
like,
from that level?
Yeah,
Bro,
bro.
I'll give you
like
that.
he just completed the two like highest battles
damn.
ever. Then he like just announced the Elijah Straight battle. 5 years ago we'd been like, look at this nigga mismanaging his career,
Yeah.
and we were saying that about Rum. You niggas don't hide. You were saying that about Rum, and now it's like he's made it work for him. You know what I mean?
Because unlike other niggas, he didn't go beat up on little niggas and then lose to good niggas.
Facts. He still did his job.
Yeah,
every
he
time
beating everybody ass that
That's
he
a
can with all punchlines.
Porcupine Burrows said Light was always an artist first and a battler second.
Hey, see, he know Light better than me.
Yeah.
I knew
Exos.
that because his name is Porcupine. He always has a point.
That's ass. Boo,
I'm a
that
dad,
man.
nigga.
Boo, what else? What? Boo! That shit ass. Okay,
just broke
Exo
the
says,
building with
I
that,
do
nigga.
want to input one more thing about talking about complex topics in a simple way to the mainstream audience. You as a rapper can have complex concepts in your raps. Look at Jizza from Wu-Tang. Okay, Exo, so we know what kind of fan you are.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt.
And we're not hating on you either.
We're not. We're not.
We're not. Shout out to him. He's in the chat showing love. Bro.
Oh, yeah,
but,
we're not
but
hating.
he's definitely, he does it for the culture.
Oh, there's calls over applause, baby.
On the set. Okay. So first round, who do you give it to, bro? Rum comes out punching. They both put a mask on for some fucking reason. Kind of works for both of them a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like a 6 out of 10, maybe
I
for
think,
both of them.
I think it's easier for us to point out singular bars from Rum because of his rhyming format in
Yeah.
this particular round. Daylyt did a phenomenal job of like word stringing with the tear, the eye, the water, those three different concepts woven in to a semi-sensible way. Mostly sensible. But I think just off digestion alone, watching it one time live, I have no intention on breaking out the good old
Bible?
King James version to figure out exactly what scriptures, Luke 13, verse whatever it was.
And we're fans of the Bible. We read it religiously.
Oh, for sure, no doubt about it. But yeah, I give it to Rum, just just how digestible this round was.
Okay. Matthew Jenkins says, I'm all about artistic expression, but these masks and battles are ridiculous. A lot of people will say whoever you give the first round to, that's who wins the battle.
Okay.
I am not saying that. I think a lot of people's opinions, like whoever gets that first round. To me, this first round from both of them was like more in the line of what I thought the kind of battle I was going to get. And I thought Rum was going to be punching crazy. Light was going to be stacking concepts. Here's the thing about Daylyt for me. Stop me if it sounds like I'm hating on Daylyt, 'cause that's the bro. But like, he will rap voluntarily things he knows a crowd doesn't know about. And then he can say a really simple like overused bar. Like he can go on a tangent of 7 bars and the 8 bar being like him saying, I'll give this alien's Area 51. And the fans are like, I get that now. I'm cheering for that now.
I wrote that line.
Yeah?
Yes, because that's bro. The niggas.
Everyone's wrote that line, though, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
Well, I'm saying, like, George Carlin, the comedian, is like, he was big on, he can go really deep into political topics, like sociology, economics, but he's like, then I throw a fart joke in there just so the fans, just so like the lowest stem would come back, then I can lose them again. But if I lose them again, I'm not entertaining at all. In Daylyt, he can say like a really simple bar that I'm like, oof, no one could really get away with that. If anyone else said it, it'd be bad. But because the fans are like, we like Daylyt so much, and now we're going to understand what he's talking about, I'm going to cheer.
Bro, he's earned the right to do that.
100%.
But before we get there, because I know that's going to send us somewhere. That's psychology, bro. Psychology of the listener, right? Because he knows who he is, right? He knows he has a worldwide fan base, right?
Yeah.
He knows that when he does the indecipherable shit, right, to the average person, that like somebody else who still don't fucking understand it is gonna be like, nigga, levels, nigga. Levels.
Yeah, y'all didn't get it though, cause like Kemet, my nigga, Hotep, my nigga, you don't get it. Yeah. And that's the thing I want to make sure. I guess that fan base kind of bothers me if I'm being honest. The ones that are like, you don't get it. It's like, bro, just make room for the people that do get it and just don't fuck with it.
When he finishes up with that simple Area 51 bar, he makes everybody feel included again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So the people who were like turning their nose up at the niggas who ain't as smart as them, everybody's back at in harmony again, right? It's like it's a pull and push method, bro, with the crowd, where he pulls his fans together, he'll separate them, he'll pull them again, so that after the battle, everybody has something to say.
Which to me, this is strictly preference from a mid-tier battle rapper, from a retired mid-tier battle rapper. I would almost respect it if he didn't ever have to try to pull the fans back in. Because Daylyt to me is at a level now where he's like, I'm just gonna rap, fuck what you niggas think, fuck what the crowd thinks, I'm just gonna be here. And when he does something like that, I'm like, oh, it kind of sounds like you released a pop single to sell your album. Yeah, and you don't need to do that.
It's still on brand for him.
Is it?
For sure. He's been doing 2 5s on the side of the face, nanny. Like, come on, like, it's on brand, bro.
All right.
He gonna do it.
All right. Jordan Porter says, who is Diesel? He is one of my best friends. He was one of my, when I moved to LA like 16, 17 years ago, damn, nigga, we're old.
I know.
Danny Myers in the face ass. He grew up in Inglewood, California. He has some battle raps. He's been on URL a couple times.
At least once.
But he's one of the only people I truly respect and talk battle rap with. Like everyone else, when they see me at an event, they're like, hey, man, did you listen to Gunpowder Pat's second round on Bad and Legacy back in 2017? I'm like, yeah, bro, that's crazy. And then my patent response is like, shit's crazy. Shit's crazy. Because I don't know, not that I'm trying to gatekeep it, but I'm like, I can't get really into the conversation if I don't like respect like the views they're taking. Yeah. That wasn't a shot at Gunpowder Pat.
No shot. He's great.
You know, Gunpowder Pat said one of the best lines ever. Have I told you this?
Is it the one about the Uber pool?
No.
Who said that?
Who said Uber? What was the Uber pool line?
That nigga said, I can't ride Uber pool because it might have my ops in it or some shit like that. That shit was fucking phenomenal.
That's cool. Let's go.
But anyway, what did Pat say?
The nigga Gunpowder Pat said, shoot you in the back of the head like a stunt double. That's the craziest.
Wait, I don't get it. I don't get what's crazy about it.
Because they have to shoot from the back of the head. That's crazy.
You broke the building. You broke the building.
Shout out to Gunpowder Pat. Hey, that's the craziest. I'm thinking, shoot you in the back of the head. The simplest shit.
Bro, my dumb ass thinking like, well, they're not gonna shoot the main character, so it's got to be the stuff. But no, you man,
shoot you in the back of the head.
Like but one of my favorite, best, worst bars I got from you. You didn't say it. Gotti did. 2 words.
Gotti?
Yeah.
Gotti?
4 words. I'm sorry.
Okay.
5. The gun's heavy. Help me.
Bro, this nigga's listening to help me. It's nasty. The gun heavy. Help me.
Help me.
Shout out to Quitman Holla, man. Shout out to Quit.
My nigga G Witty, dog.
Okay, I'm sorry.
homie.
We're catching up, man. Cam says he needs more of the rock, paper, scissors, and that. I mean, it depends. Honestly, I think Daylyt, like, when you're an artist like Daylyt, and I face some of this in, like, other medias, there's a real integrity about the art you make. It's like, do I make it mainstream enough, or do I keep it this way? And I think Daylyt, like, actually is, like, up against that idea all the time. He could I know Daylyt for a fact could give you a whole round of, like, rock, paper, scissors
what?
shit. You know what I mean? But he's like, I actually want to enlighten. I want to show my lyricism off. Battle rap's become like this, like, shock and awe, immediate response, immediate gratification.
Gun
I want
line.
to take people. Because the one thing is like, well, two things. I really respect Daylight's commitment to doing whatever he's doing right now.
Okay.
Because in that first round, he's just like, I'm just going to rap this way. And Daylyt knows he's going to lose the crowd, and some people are going to act like they're getting it. But, like, I really respect that about Daylyt. He's like, I'm here. This is the round I'm going to present to you. And I actually could give a fuck for the most part about what people think of it.
Bro.
You know what I mean?
Bro, you know that this battle was bigger for Rum than it was for Daylyt?
Yeah.
In his second round.
Okay, let's get to it. Oh, what was the last thing I had? Is that the only thing I had? Oh, I wanted to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
When niggas cheer at the Daylyt bar, what's the percentage of them that actually get it? Just give me a rough number. I'm going to ask the chat.
Yeah, ask them.
What do you think? When niggas cheer at, like, one of his, like, high-end schemes.
When they catch it on the nose, right? Like live, right?
Yeah.
You in the building, you're going crazy for this 5 concept word stringing segment he's on. 15%, nigga. And 5 of that 15% is plagiarizing from the other 10. All right, because they heard somebody like say something like, "Oh, he said," and then it started making sense. You know what I mean? Like I don't get it, bro. I don't understand. Like,
Okay, so you got Nitty in the first round.
no doubt about it.
I regret to tell you guys, I know, man, the people that like my small fan base, they look at me as like a backpacker conscious nigga.
Yeah.
So whenever I do something that's not conscious or backpack, they're like, EK, we lost you, bro. What, do you listen to Young Jeezy? Yes.
Yes.
Religiously.
Trapper of the year 4 times in a row, nigga. Hiding the rest of the yams at my auntie house.
But yeah, I would say Rum Nitty edged the first round. I think it was a style clash. I think his style won out. I will say the rum I prefer is a momentum rum.
Okay.
Where he's barking for like a couple rounds. In the first round, it was like 4 bar, 4 bar, 4 bar, 4 bar, 4 bar. You know, stop and cheer, which is cool. Like that's a good way of saying like of getting the crowd on your side. So when people watch it on the battle, they're like the crowd's going crazy.
Yeah.
And when Rum's like, I know exactly what to do with playing rock papers. Shoot. And he performs it and he even like builds in the weight so people can cheer because you would feel awkward if there wasn't a cheer.
Yeah.
It helps on the viewership. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
Rum has damn near perfected the telegraph.
Yes.
Where like
Yeah.
he's going to slow dog walk you to the point where you get it way before he's about to say it.
Yeah.
But then the way he delivers it still makes it sound fresh to your brain. Like
100%.
The nigga's a genius, bro.
Okay, so you got Rum with the first round.
Yeah, without an edge though.
Clear.
Rum
Clear.
is usually clear.
That's because you see you're not up here with it, bro. You don't get
for
Daylyt,
sure
bro.
not.
You don't.
6
you don't eat bean
days.
pies, my brother. You
6
don't-
days,
you
El
don't-
Camino, nigga.
You eat pork, my nigga?
Have you seen El Camino?
The Breaking Bad movie?
No, nigga, the college.
No, what's that?
Exactly. It's the community college I went to. All right. It's not the greatest.
Matthew says, I didn't know the West rock with Geechi as much as y'all do. Yeah. If you talk to a real trapper, that is gospel. Thug Motivation 101's like gospel.
Without a
music to
shadow.
real trapper.
Nigga, I had a snowman shirt that I bought from the Inglewood swap meet that I wore.
Couldn't be
for-
more than 15, maybe 20 spot. $20 maybe?
Oh, bro, it was dirt cheap. It was
9.
It was like 18.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's gospel music.
It was
to trappers.
bedazzled too. The snowman had a chain. It was all kind of corny shit. It was like a 3XT.
Thug Motivation was that, bro. I was selling 8s thinking I was Pablo Escobar.
Niggas like, hey man, don't ask me over the phone.
Hey, don't do
nigga,
that, bro.
pull up.
Don't
I
do it,
don't talk business on the phone.
People
Nigga,
would
you're
come
selling nickels.
Selling nickels, telling people to put their phone in the other room. No, put the phone in the other room, my nigga.
It's gonna cost the feds more money to arrest you than they taking off the streets, nigga. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, second round. You got Nitty. We
Hey.
both got Nitty in the first. Shout out to Daylyt and
Yeah.
Rum for putting on in the first. Nitty starts the second round with the Equinox bar and get even, Day. Okay, so to me, Daylight's got one of the hardest name flip names because it's so easy that
Yeah.
everyone's used it so many times. So even if like a crazy bar like Equinox and Get Even Day happen, that's a 10 out of 10.
And he set it up with the SUV, the dark SUV. Oh my God, bro. That's right.
How do you feel about name flips? You're not like me with name flips. You fuck with them?
Oh, I love name flips.
Okay. All right.
But actually, I like everything that people do well.
100%.
Even stuff that I don't like.
100%. Yeah, if you can do it well.
Bro, that's it.
You know what I
mean?
mean? Joking around, doing whatever.
Bro, it's like, I hate rapidy rap ass niggas.
Do you?
For sure.
Really?
But I like real sick.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And barely like them. And that's saying a lot for me because I would usually be like, man, cut this shit
off.
the fuck off.
Pass the ox, bro.
Please, somebody.
But you know what's happened? When that happens, you actually become a bigger fan of them because they made you like.
They force me out.
Yeah.
Like, now publicly saying I like a nigga who I publicly. And like, I've insulted that genre of battle rap nigga for years. Like, that's one of the reasons I didn't want to go to King of the Dot because I didn't want to go to their events and hear 70% of the niggas rap like that and be sleep in the back.
Hey, for a minute, shout out to King of the Dot who runs the best events, some of the best events. But for like 5 years straight, you would go to an event and be like, and someone's first bar would, you know what rhymes with? I was like, all right, I'm gonna stay in the car, bro. You know what rhymes with me not finishing this event?
What rhymes with who got the Henny? Yeah, that's what I need to figure out. It's the only way I'm getting through this shit, dog. No doubt about it, fam.
It's crazy in battle rap, someone can become so famous that like Twerk, that you like Twerk so much, you hate all their cronies. Because you like Twerk so much. You know what I mean? It's like this guy's just like
the thing that pissed me off about Twerk the most is that I've been around longer than him. And then somehow, some way, they said I sound like him.
They did for a minute. They said, this is like
that
trying
hurt
to be
my
Twerk.
feelings, man.
Yeah.
They said I sound like Twerk and Chilla. And I hate Chilla Jones.
That's correct. That's hate. Shout out to Chilla for throwing the event.
As a rapper.
That would be crazy if you're like, as a person.
No.
Like as an individual, I hate him.
Hey, as a league owner or an event thrower.
He's great. But as a nigga?
Yeah. I'm both.
Okay, Equinox Get Even Day. Okay. More than usual, Rum Nitty had a little bit of like unoriginal bars for Rum.
Which one are you talking about?
Spring Forward. We're gonna fall back.
Yeah, but see, that was all the setup
Equinox.
for, because I didn't like that either. I have it written down there somewhere. I just can't read it from here. Jeez Louise.
He fell back on JC like 3 or 4 times. Shout out to JC. I think I wanted someone that's a little.
Yeah, let me know. Let me know. No, let the people know what you want. What kind of man do you want behind you?
Prepare for your battle being like, oh, nah, niggas have broad enough shoulders.
Yeah, with that being said, man, I'm sorry. I definitely ruined you on traffic stage. It was on purpose. How this nigga get day 2?
You were hating on me, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, what do you have? What lines do you have? I have a bunch.
I gotta move. I gotta move this shit. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that goes right into the Arizona time change. Time is changed.
Daylight savings. Ain't no
Daylight savings. Yeah,
not
that,
from Arizona.
The Equinox. All that nigga was like a big ass punch fest scheme.
Yeah.
Which was insane. Some of them were flat.
Yeah.
Right? Because I for sure wasn't a fan of, as soon as you're talking about you the bang and the seasons change. Wait, did we talk about, is that the 3rd round that we need to get it? That is the 3rd round. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's 3rd.
Because that's my Lord and Savior. But then that nigga said like an air mattress.
Oh, so this is my, like, I'm on a campaign of you niggas think Rum just punches. He doesn't. He tells like the struggle bars really well. He has a 4-bar of like, I've been up, I've been down, I've had money come, I've seen it go, seen it blow up, leave it all overnight. Like an air mattress. What the fuck? Nigga, what? I dare you niggas to say Rum just punches, bro.
No,
like,
no, he don't just punch.
people sleep on that struggle shit.
But that's
bro.
a punch though.
That's a punch.
You know what I mean?
But it's like he said, but
He did a better job of varying the setup, right? It wasn't like your normal 4-bar setup, like we saw heavy in the first round, right? When he got into this bag, oh nigga, it was half a bar setup, haymaker
Second
type
on the
shit. You know what I mean?
And I would say, like, for the educated battle rap viewer, maybe you notice this, maybe you don't, but like as a battle rapper, and the bars you're getting off while not talking to your opponent is the riskiest bars ever. Like,
sure.
and the people that can execute that well, that's like earned money. That's like found money. Like $20 in your pocket. You're like, oh, I was just talking about some struggle shit, and they reacted to it crazy.
Right.
And now it's like Rum's having a crazy round. He said nothing about Daylyt. But like that time's the riskiest round, because if that falls flat, then you're like, cool, you wasted 8 bars and not even attacking the nigga. What are you talking about?
Mook was the first nigga I see do that well.
Yeah?
For Serious Jones back in the day.
Wasn't even talking about shit.
Nah,
Wasn't
he
even talking
was-
about serious.
He literally said, we about to take like a commercial break. And then went on a
that's
little
right.
tangent.
That's
And it said, now
right.
back to regularly scheduled programming. And
Yeah.
nigga, it just worked. He didn't miss a beat. Like, that's tough to do, bro.
It is. And you know what's crazy for me? As long as I've been watching battle rap, my like preferences change in terms of like what I want to watch. Now I'm like, I actually prefer more of a battle rapper talking about himself than his opponent. I know that sounds crazy.
Nah,
But everybody's shooting and killing each other. I'm like, I actually kind of want to know who's doing the shooting and killing.
Bro,
Tell me something about yourself.
And that's why right now one of my favorite new up and coming niggas is Eunice.
Eunice is cold, bro.
I fuck with Eunice.
Eunice is
homie.
cold as fuck, bro.
But and like,
I thought you didn't fuck with Africans.
yeah, I don't. I don't. Not that I don't fuck with them. I got a grudge. I hold a grudge.
Why?
Because why you didn't come get us?
Can I swear? Can I swear? Who do you align more with in the first Black Panther? Michael B. Jordan, like Killmonger, or
Unfortunately, I could never like Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger.
why not?
Because the girl I was in love with at the time was in love with him. So fuck that nigga.
Okay.
Fuck that nigga that you think you found. Cause when you wake up, I know he's not around.
My two favorite. I have a long list of my favorite Drake simp moments, but the fact in that song, he's like, "Now start hating only if you make like you're gonna make me hate."
Look,
this.
come on, baby. I'm trying to keep it cordial.
Don't make me hate this
Come on,
nigga, girl.
man.
And my all-time
Give me some of
favorite
that.
Drake moment is sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry. I guess you know now, baby. And Dirk's on it. And he's like, "Bring Drake to the hood. Bring Drake around Drake's. I'ma do what it takes, even though I catch a case." And then Drake comes in and he's like, "And I never been embraced."
And I've never been embraced.
Right after Dirk's talking about killing these niggas, Drake comes in and I never been embraced. That nigga is
my
the goat.
shit. My favorite Drake simp moment, bro. Yeah, I got. I'm a certified lover boy.
You love Drake, bro.
Man, that's my boy. And he got his ass beat. You know what I mean? And it's like one of the worst battles I've ever seen in my life. Rap battles I've ever seen in my life, right? Like Kendrick being somebody that I know, you know what I mean? My boy Chopper and all them over
Yeah,
at TD.
you have strong
you know what I
TDE
mean?
ties, yes.
And then like me being
A Drake stan. You Drake and drive. You Drake and drive all
there's
the
no
time.
doubt about it.
Yeah.
Since brand new. Is anything I'm doing?
Oh, you like R&B Drake.
Oh, what? It's only Drake to like.
You're the type of Drake fan that calls him Obs.
No.
Oh, Obs is dropping?
It's Mr. Graham.
You listen to Drake with your stomach down on your bed. Feet in the air. What was your favorite Drake's the type of nigga to blank? Have you heard a lot of those? Mm-mm. My nephews always put me on. They always send me like, Drake's the type of nigga where everybody's laughing and at the end he's like, I needed this.
I've seen something like that, but they did it with the shits and gigs niggas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they did like Fuhad is the type of nigga. I didn't know they started with Drake. Yeah.
They said Drake's the type of nigga to take a picture with a bunch of niggas and be like, okay, now a goofy one. I hate the internet, bro.
Look, I gotta say this, right? Because this is super important for anybody who heard me say I'm a certified low boy, I'm a Drake fan.
Yes.
I like the nigga's music.
Phenomenally
I don't
talented.
know the man.
Yeah.
I don't condone barrettes in the hair. I don't condone a lot of shit he does personally to his appearance. But when he get on tracks, he rarely misses. Okay?
100%.
He rarely misses. And if you niggas are fucking hoes to Thug Motivation 101,
That's different. You're different.
you're a different type of nigga.
Yeah.
No. She's a different type of bitch.
No, she's the type that reads with her finger on the word. Well,
Hey.
okay, I would never usually tell this story to an audience because this might go out to people.
Fair enough.
Because it's the grossest like clout chasey thing ever. But since we're having an organic conversation, I guess I will. When Caffeine threw the Drake event, whatever that was, I was producing the commentary room, which is like Nunu and Drake, right?
Yeah.
Me and Ace are in the commentary room. And Drake walks in and Ace is like, damn, that nigga Drake's right there. Like, And of course, Ace is like, man, it's a lick. It's like, bro, no, it's not. Bro, I promise
Come
it's not a
on,
lick,
come
bro.
on,
We're gonna
Ace.
get
Come
killed.
on, Ace.
He was just joking, allegedly. Ha ha ha. You know. And then Drake comes up to me, and he like taps me on the shoulder. He's like, "What's up, man? I know who you are." And listen to what my brand new ass says. I looked up and was like, "Oh yeah, I know you too."
You don't say.
This is how I know I'm pussy.
Can I ask you a question?
I gotta be pussy.
Where's caffeine at now?
In a
As far as
recycle
battle
bin?
rap.
The recycle bin? You know, like when you drag
you did
things to the
that.
recycle.
Drake did that.
I did that?
Yeah, for sure. I know who you are. He sent the text.
No, this nigga. This nigga's weird. This nigga said he knows who I am.
I don't know if we can keep working with these people.
Nigga blinked 3 times and said, I know who
He
you are.
said, I already got the ghostwriters I need. Shut it down.
Nigga started hating because I made him.
Yeah, bro.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, bro.
Okay,
It's funny though, because that actually like makes him feel like you on his level. Like, oh, you know who I am? That's
Yeah.
shocking because I actually know who you are too, nigga.
Like-
I fuck with that.
like he was supposed to say, oh, you do?
Yeah.
Thanks, EK. My favorite battle rapper. Knows who Little Drake is?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. It was just some slick shit to say. He didn't know. I guarantee he didn't know who I was.
100%.
He was just like, it was a Drake thing to be like, oh, I know who you are. You know, just like acting cordial as fuck.
Somebody just told him before he walked over there.
Yeah.
Like, that's the guy producing all the comments. Go be friends.
Act like you know him.
Yeah,
You know?
'cause if he knew who you are, he'd just shook your hand and like, hey man, pleasure to
100%.
He would have signed you, stole your music, and then
That's hate.
put it out himself. And then I would have been singing it in my car.
Air mattress blow up and leave it overnight.
Fire.
Rum goes on this tangent of a great angle that I think is hitting and how he's like, bro, every nigga you were chasing, I already battled. I Sunshine, I something with Lux, and which is a cool angle because like when I think you're reaching a great angle is like it's very true. The audience knows it's true, and then you top it off with a great punch.
Yeah.
Talks about he got to Lux before Daylyt, and he's like, I made it to what did he say? I made it to the rooftop before Daylyt. I'm a gargoyle.
That was insane.
Best bar.
I got that.
Best
I got
bar of
that.
the round for me. Best bar of the
Oh,
round.
mine is overnight. Blew up,
Blew up,
lose it
lost
overnight.
overnight.
Because I'm 200 some pounds. I ain't gonna tell everybody how
you've
much.
been-
And I got
Air mattresses are
toenails.
not your
Nigga, I didn't put a lot of air mattresses past tense.
RIP, huh?
You know what I mean? I done made a lot. Whoo, shit! Don't leave your air mattress around me.
True player for real.
real.
That's my nigga for real. Okay, and then another example of Rum experimenting. He does the. Did you get this? Did you get the 2K? 2K.
I didn't like that.
Okay, but you know what it's from.
Daylight shit.
Yeah, for him saying okay for doing a Mortal Kombat scheme. You know what I have a lot of times in moments when people are scheming in battle rap. If I can sense the scheme in the first 2 bars, I'm like, oh, okay, how long are we gonna be in this? You know, and that's
when's
just me
this-
being like an
when's this show
ADD
over?
battle
Yeah.
fan. I'm just like, okay, I guess we're gonna be on this scheme for a while. Can we skip to the next episode? Netflix,
Yeah.
are you still watching? Because like, if you present the scheme too obvious, I'm like, okay, cool. Now it's just about how many 2K references we can do. Now, keep in mind the references are fucking amazing that Rum was making, but I was just like, oh, we're gonna stay in this for a while.
Is that no? That might be the third. I think the Rum's third round was the best.
Okay. All right. So
Shit.
2K kind of was like a 6 out of 10 for me again. But again, I like appreciate that Rum was experimenting.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like, so keep in mind, like, I know he's trying to get away from the label of puncher, but he does the mask in the first. He does these like creative angles and schemes in the second, which I'm like, oh, he's kind of
Struggle
being like
bars in the second, yeah.
100%.
Angles, yeah, for sure.
And then the last one I have is he had a name flip in the end of the second round, and every battle I'm like, oh, this is the exact point I can feel it. I'm sick of the name flips. And then I'm like, oh shit, I'm in the second round. I got a whole nother round
A
probably.
whole nother one.
Yeah, and that was the moment I was like, oh shit, okay, I'm just gonna have to try to appreciate what's left.
And also, bro, it goes back to what you said. Like, some of his day references were so original, which is insane.
Yeah.
As long as many people as Daylight has battled,
Yeah.
or how many people have mentioned him in general, not even battled him,
Yeah.
but just mentioned him in proximity. You know what I mean? So, like, for him to have such a lot of like original, really well done light flips was great. But again, he gets fixated on a particular thing for far too long at times.
You think so?
Yes.
I'm trying to think if that's just like my ADD brain and how much like oversaturating battles are happening now, how much I watch. Because even when now when you listen to albums, you're not listening to the last 5 or 6 songs, bro. Not with the same like attentiveness that you were in the beginning, right? That's how I am with battles now. It's like third rounds from niggas I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. By that time, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, that sucks, man. I'm glad I retired because I always structured my battles the worst round first, best round last.
Did you really?
I tried to get better every round.
No shit.
Yeah, so when you mentioned earlier, like, oh, you know, whoever wins the first round, they probably win the battle. I'm like, shit. I like to give people that false sense of confidence with that first
Then
round.
work up.
Yeah, because
I don't like that because I'm like, bro, if I don't get the second, the battle's over, and it's so soon for a battle to be over for you.
Yeah, so I came from the school of thought that like losing is the new winning. So very early in my career, I really stopped caring about winning.
Yeah, I feel you.
I just cared about gaining a new fan.
That's the only thing. That's the only win.
Right?
It's like if you have a good performance.
That's it. If somebody walked away like, bro, I didn't know who you was, but I'm gonna go check you out. Win.
That's a win.
Yeah. So like when I go to boring ass lectures or like trainings or whatever in life, the goal for me is is one major takeaway. Just give me one thing to take away. I can be there 5 hours.
Yeah.
If I get one thing that's meaningful,
something substantial.
it's a win. Yeah. But yeah, rum, like I said, bro, like if I would have watched this second round independent of the first, I probably would have been more. I was very impressed. I think Rum's second round is one.
Yes. Better than the first or not?
For sure.
Better than the first. Okay.
For sure.
Daylyt starts the second round with this, Diesel. Now, I claim to grasp a lot of Daylyt's bars.
Please, where's the Bible dude? Because maybe he'll know.
Bible, who was the nigga quoting the Bible? Was it Almighty T?
Yeah, T.
It was. Please let us know because Daylyt starts. Shout out to my bro Daylyt. I'm gonna keep mentioning that's the bros.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I mean, the smartest people say these three words the most. I don't know. And I don't know because Daylyt started the round. I'm feeling like Sparta in the Garden of Eden with a flow deed.
One more time for the people in the back.
I'm feeling like Sparta in the Garden of Eden with a flow deed.
Because anybody. And this is where we talked about like the fans. Like, so he chokes in the second, right? Killer King was giving beds out in the second round.
What's Killer King? A hospital in Watts?
Martin Luther King Hospital, yeah, out there that way. They call it Killer King. I think they might be reopening it.
They called it Killer King.
Oh, nigga, if you went there, you were dying.
Is that because?
So remember that friend of mine?
This is in Watts, California.
On the east side, yeah. It may be considered Watts. I'm not exactly sure. So you know that friend of mine who's like, he's like, when I moved over here, he's like, yeah, he died. Yeah, he was right by Centinela.
And
when he got
went
shot.
to Killer King.
But they sent him to Killer King.
Damn, their success rate.
And now when I pass the block, I gotta tell niggas like, yeah, the homie, yo.
You know what I've noticed since living in Inglewood? It has all the chains in every other city, but boy, there's some niggas working it.
It's niggas at Old Navy, huh? Bro, when they put Old Navy in the hood, I was like, oh, this is crazy.
Man. I was expecting to receive the same service I receive at any Chipotle.
Yeah.
But this one, I'll like get in line and like, what you want, nigga? A hot honey chicken burrito.
And nigga said, oh, I didn't want brown rice. Did I ask?
Hey, my nigga, I'll tell you what you want, my nigga.
Who's making it? As a matter of fact, this is my last burrito. You want to wait around? Cause I ain't come to work for this shit.
Sir, I'm hungry. I don't want to fight you. I'm scared to ask for salsa at this point.
Bro, but you know who niggas, I'm sorry to go on another tangent. You know what restaurant niggas get on my nerves more than anybody? Panda Express.
You're a real broke nigga for calling Panda Express a restaurant, but proceed.
It's a fast food restaurant.
Okay.
What would you call it?
Cancer.
Okay, cool, nigga. You know what? The thing that pisses me off with people, out of all the cancer places that people work, is, bro, Panda Express. Because after it touched the plate, nigga, it's mine. So I know you got to count how many shrimp when I get the honey walnut shrimp, my nigga.
Yeah.
But if it's 6 and you drop 7,
that's just
don't you dare pick. And they'll do it. Sorry about. No, don't sorry about that.
The extra
7. You don't. They're not docking your check for one extra, whatever, homeboy.
Nigga Sludge said, I'll just starve then. Facts at Chipotle. All right, man, y'all got it.
My bad, fam.
I'll just starve. One of my friends named Chris used to work at Panda Express.
Oh, now we can call it Panda Express.
Nigga got fired. I said, Chris, how did you get fired from Panda Express? He said, every time someone went to try a sample, I tried one too. I think it was explaining how good it was to the customer.
He's like,
yeah, you'd like it. You probably like it.
You should get a hint of orange on the back notes.
It's like oaky. It's like, God damn, you's a nigga.
Hey, why don't they let niggas try wontons and shit? Like, you know what I mean?
Did they not let you try wontons?
Nah, nigga, you gotta just buy them.
Yeah, I feel you.
Because what they gonna do? Let you take a bite and put it back? I don't know. Anyway, I mean, it makes sense, but I'm still mad about
it. Sorry, we're deviating, guys. I haven't seen my friend Diesel in a while. Okay. Have you ever felt, just as a personal question, you probably don't want to answer it live, but have you ever felt like Sparta in the Garden of Eden with a flow deed?
No, but it is an aspiration of mine to feel that way.
All right.
Because once I get the deed to the flow, right?
What kind of deed is it? Spell it for me. Is there only one deed spelling? So, there's different meanings for that same spelling. So he's like, a flow deed is like, is he using deed as in task or like a deed to your home? I hate to be this like into the minutia, but it's part of like the part of Daylyt where I'm like, what does that actually mean?
He mentioned Garden of Eden. Where is Almighty T at with the answers?
Almighty T, where you at?
Where's the Spartan in the garden?
He skipped to the proceed part, which, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, but we're talking, so very lazy setup day.
Cool, we all have them.
Yeah.
Or it's a genius, you can have it, you're allowed to.
It could be one of them, like, what Jay-Z say? Just because, like, we don't, it could be one of them Nasir Jones bars.
Maybe
right?
we don't get it.
Yeah, maybe it's so profound.
Smartest thing people say. I don't know. And the thing is like, I hate when a nigga doesn't like a movie because one scene doesn't make sense. Don't be that nigga. I don't want to be that nigga, but I'm just like trying to create a point of like about 30% of Daylyt's setups. Maybe I'm just like not intelligent enough to grasp. Or I'm like, I don't know. Me and Diesel talked off camera that I'm like, a lot of battling is you want to get to this destination, and I'm just critiquing how you got there.
Right.
The destination is like a big punch, but to me, like the greatest writers, to me, is like they don't take shortcuts to get there. Like they earn that punchline. And sometimes, and Daylight's best stuff, the setups are great. Phenomenal, and he usually operates as like a good setup, but sometimes I'm like, I don't even know what this means, bro. And maybe I shouldn't be that like, look at it with a microscope, because sometimes I listen to music where I'm like, I don't know how much that makes sense, but it just sounds cool.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It didn't sound cool either. So not only did we not know what it mean, it also wasn't excusable because it wasn't pleasing audibly. You know what I mean? Okay. Like, I think usually when things don't make sense that we still like, it's because it still sounded good. You know what I mean? But like, if we didn't like how it sounded, that's just us, and we don't know what it means.
Who knows? It's just us. We're just two niggas.
Yeah, we're talking about our personal opinion. We fuck with Day. Day a way better rapper than me.
Facts.
I've just never said nothing that bad. Actually, I have.
Yeah. Almighty T says it's a plant scheme, a warrior deed to the garden. Okay, we're gonna take your word for it.
He said, I feel like a Sparta. Sparta must be a plant. I'm not big on botanics. My botanical game is
I'm sorry, chat. We're getting hung up on one line too much. I guess it was trying to make a bigger point of like, there's a lot of setups that, and maybe I shouldn't even be sweating the setups, man. Daylyt gives us punchlines where it makes you grateful you went on the journey with him anyways. Amin Ross says, doing way too damn much. Okay, maybe. First name says, come on, bro. We can't be trying too hard to make sense of the bars. It's because it's bad. So thank you. We have a little diversity in the chat. Some people are like, we just don't get it. And some people are like, that's ass.
Okay, cool. And that was our first thought. We just, because it's Daylyt, we tried to...
Yeah, give him credit. He's earned the credit of being like, let's dissect it.
Maybe somebody could make it make sense, and then I can tell you why it's trash. Yeah. Other than I don't understand it. But all right.
And then fuck all this hypercritical stuff on Daylyt because he gets into, I got this far without a gun, but everybody know the nigga in the mask appeal. Let's go, Daylyt. Yeah, Talk to this. Shoot this nigga in the face.
He got right to it. He said it too in the second round. He said, I got guns.
I got guns. Let's go, Light. Kill these niggas, Light. Everyone knows the nigga in a mass appeal. And I was like, okay, bro, I feel bad for being the ignorant nigga that doesn't want to be entertained by that. But shit like that.
Yeah, it's
shit like that. And now he's cooking.
No.
Daylight's back.
Oh, this third round? We're in the third or second?
We're in the second. So he
yeah.
He gets to cooking. And this is coffee, right? It gets you out of the door. You're excited. But as soon as you get to work,
damn. Bro,
crash comes.
I read somewhere that coffee doesn't actually give you energy. It just blocks the receptors in your brain that tell you that you're tired.
See, you're a dumb, smart nigga. I hate dumb, smart niggas, bro. It's better than being a smart, dumb nigga, but you're a dumb, smart nigga.
I promise you, I'm one of the dumbest niggas you know. I'm also the most annoying nigga I know.
Do you know, have you taken beta blockers?
I'm an alpha.
I was, that's a rebuttal. No,
I choose every day.
Rebuttal game, Greg. I'm an alpha. I took a beta blocker because it's like, it helps you with nerves before performing. In Oakland against Chilla Jones. I get probably like on a scale of like 1 to 10, I get like 6 or 7 nervous to perform, which I think is like healthy fear, right? Okay. It's like, cool, you should be that aware. Bro, I took that shit, I didn't care about it. Goddamn thing, bro. I didn't feel a thing.
What did you do in that battle? It was something amazing. You had a moment in that battle. Besides beat his ass.
The way my drug use works, bro. I don't remember. I got early onset dementia.
EK in the Bay is a scary EK.
Yeah?
What you did to Young Cannon.
Oh, that seems like a decade ago. This seems like high school
was a
football
decade
stories,
ago.
bro.
Bro, we're
I
retired.
can throw a football over that
That's
mountain.
all we can do.
We're
It's
cooked.
all
We're
bunny.
washed.
Yeah, bro.
We're washed.
Yeah.
So it's just like one time I was on a band. Nigga, 17 people in the crowd. You should have saw me.
Killing it.
You can watch on YouTube right now. 4,000 views. Get that up to 5, y'all. Drop me a like.
And a follow.
Okay. Do you like this second round from Daylyt before the coffee crash happens, before it blocks his receptors? He's going on.
I like where he started. I mean, no, I hate where he started because we started with the
Sparta, but then he got into the mass appeal, and I was like,
No,
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But that's that push and pull shit we was talking about, right?
Yeah.
Where like he knew what that was gonna do.
Yeah.
He knew he had the mask already, brought it out. You know what I mean? Like it was just all planned. The nigga's a master. He's an artist, bro, at the end of the day.
Okay,
I do like the second round, especially after he was able to bring it back.
Okay.
I think he lost his first major punch. I forgot what it was. Could have been better if he had the momentum still. But he had to earn the respect again.
So Daylyt did the thing where, like, listen, and I want your opinion on this because I read this article that was talking about sports and like how people perform in the clutch, and they did all these science experiments that they're like, clutch doesn't exist actually. There's not like a clutch gene. It's like overrated. It's like your best basketball player, like Kobe Bryant, who everyone thinks is clutch, is like 23% in the clutch. Jordan's like 32%. It's like doesn't exist. Do you believe?
What's LeBron?
I don't know. I'm not sure. That was hate.
Just asking.
But do you actually believe that some people are worse in scenarios when the lights are on than others? Do you actually believe some people are built better for lights than others? I know it's tough.
Because I don't like the way you worded it, right?
Okay, word it different.
I think that it is natural for us as human beings to perform under pressure,
Yeah,
or else we'd be extinct,
100%.
right?
Yeah.
So I don't think it's like being made with a gene. I think it's some people who may be lacking it,
Okay.
right? If I am, let's say I wrote, which has happened multiple times, as a matter of fact, right? I wrote a 16, right, in my life. And then I'll call somebody.
Oh yeah.
Before I call, it's pristine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Soon as like it's time to be like revealed, seen, judged, digested, heard, something goes wrong, bro.
Bro, if there was people have asked me to make like movies about battle rap and like series about battle rap, I think the only thing that would interest me enough at right now is like the art of the choke. Pause it if you're closet. But like but to like really dive deep.
That was a bar. I can't lie. Like I was about to pause it too. I was like, wait a minute. I'm not closet.
No, but like because Daylyt has performed umpteenth times, and I'm not saying anything specifically about Daylyt. It's just like sometimes it just strikes, bro. And no one can properly explain it. It's just that like you say, in battle rap, if anyone doesn't battle rap and is interested in battle rapping, when you're writing your round and you've memorized your round, you have not even 10% memorized it until you've rapped it in front of someone.
For sure.
It's it's apples and oranges. If you can rap in your room by yourself, front to back, you're still only 10% of the way there. That's why I like when like high-end battles, when I had time, I would put crowd noise in the back, just like on YouTube, like 2 hours of crowd noise in the back while I'm rapping, of like boos and cheers and stuff to actually try to simulate that like moment. I've always thought that like sometimes I dreamed that I would own an NBA franchise, and I would make them scrimmage and just give fans full access to the scrimmage, so they're always practicing with eyeballs.
Right.
Until they're just accustomed. It's like why you go to the shooting range drunk.
I go everywhere drunk.
Because like when you know the op slide, just like you're gonna be ready because like you know your aim when you're a little tipsy.
You know what I mean? I know. You never know when a nigga gonna trip.
But you're probably gonna, if I'm gonna be tipsy.
Not to mention, nigga,
Yeah.
imagine if they test me when I'm sober.
Oh, nigga, everybody did.
Bullseye.
What?
Nigga.
Nigga, what?
Shit.
No, but I'm just saying like the Daylyt, who is a master of ceremonies, and some people would argue maybe he's been in the booth too long and hasn't felt those reps of like people, the ups and downs of a battle and thinking about your next line. And like, that's the toughest thing to get used to and to simulate. It's the hardest thing to like know how you're going to react once those lights turn out. And Peyton Manning said, I don't get nervous because that means you don't know what you're doing. And Tom Brady says, I get nervous all the time because I think it's healthy and knows I'm there. It's like completely two schools of thought.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I'm more on Tom Brady's side with this, even though I think he's a jank.
See?
I don't care. He's a great football player. You know what I mean? But when Mahomes was on pace to break his record this last season, that nigga was on a smear campaign every interview he was on.
He's a nigga, bro. I fucks with Tom.
Better than Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, what's your point?
Yeah, I don't know. I just hate Aaron Rodgers too. That nigga's a gangster though. I fuck with him. That nigga said, yeah, all right, cool. My nigga sent me to the Jets. I'm hurt. Cut the check though, my nigga. But to get back to it though, I think that being able to still get nervous no matter how long you've been doing something is a post to your passion. Because if you're dispassionate, then you don't care about fucking up.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, I don't think that's 100% true, but...
There's some truth in it, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? And like, I think at the same time, like I think moments do get dull the more you feel like you experience them, right?
Yeah.
But I think that's just a matter of Gary Payton's perspective, pretty much feeling like every game is the same and not valuing the nuance, so to speak.
Valuing the nuance, bro. It's just like, it's a weird thing that you just cannot simulate. And I would say most of the times, I maybe have had like 4 or 5 bad chokes in a battle. Most of the times it's stuff I never choked on while rehearsing.
It's never that.
It's always a random part. I'm like, I had that. I never even like located that like section of my round to be a trouble part. You know what I mean? It's just like sometimes it's like, and it's just like live is crazy, bro. You know, like there could be someone in the crowd doing something.
But also, as much as wordy as Daylyt's rounds were, it's hard to have a marker, right? Like for me, when I was battling, my transitions were my markers.
Yeah.
Right? After I got to the transition, just like muscle memory kicked in.
100%.
Right, and I just would get the fuck through it somehow, some way. But I would usually fuck up right before the transition or right on the transition, which would just derail me.
Yeah.
And I think like just lack of reps is what threw him off because somebody said something in the crowd.
It was. And he rapped like 2 more lines, but then I think he was probably still thinking about it while he was like subconsciously rapping the rounds. Like for me, there was, I think, 4 kind of chokes. I'm getting real in depth. This is like inside baseball, so I hope I'm not boring y'all chat. But like for me, there was 4 kind of chokes. Someone just like doing something in the crowd. A light happens or something like that. It's like, what the fuck, you know? That throws you off.
Stage breaking,
you're just like, what the fuck, you know? Then you get a bad reaction from something you thought was going to be a good.
Well, that'll hurt you.
Or you get a good reaction from something you didn't think that was going to be that good.
Yeah.
And then the 4th one is like you just blanked on the thing you had no idea you've never blanked on it before. You know? And that's the art of the choke from Emerson Kennedy. Thank you.
And I'm going to try my hardest. I appreciate that sign off, and we're going to start a whole TED talk on that. But I'm going to try my hardest not to go off on a tangent. But there's certain thoughts that I have, because, you know, I'm not the brightest bulb in the fixture, that really, really make my head hurt, right? And this is one of them we're talking about now. The concept of thinking is insane to me. Even more so, how do I know that I know something and can't find it?
Oh, you're on drugs.
Like, how do we search our brain?
You're on drugs. You're the type of nigga that fucks with this Daylyt round. That's for sure.
Yeah, the second round was amazing.
So Daylyt chokes, and then for me, the first and second round for Daylyt was like a case of never quite getting back the momentum I thought his rounds would have.
Yeah.
And the second, it's easy because he just choked and it was like nothing meant as much anymore because it was like a weird moment. He choked and me and you both cracked up because Rum pat him on the back when he was choking.
Come on, man.
You got it, bro.
You got it, man.
What a good sport Rum is. We love you, bro.
Don't fuck
this is
this
a
up
safe
for me,
space, my nigga. We all choke, my nigga.
I need this.
I need
this, nigga. I need this back in. My air mattress.
Wait, my air mattress. So Daylyt chokes. Oh yeah, you went into the fact that Daylyt lied to you. I wanted you to tell the story. Do you have something? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to get into Daylyt choking. The beautiful thing, bro, about this sport is when you go on tour as a recording artist, you have all the analytics. what songs played the most.
Just doing it again.
What part of the song makes the most sense?
Just repetition.
Like, there's no mystery on what part of your show are people going to be the loudest and the craziest.
Yeah.
Like, you already know. You know what I mean? But like with battle rap, for those who want to get in battle rap, the hardest thing about it is you come up with this on your own. It's just you.
Yeah.
If you're doing it right.
Yeah.
And then, if you're fortunate, you have some honest people in your life that will tell you the truth
Like,
when you spar, right? Like, hey, I didn't like that for this reason, or I fucked with that for this reason. Not just because you're the greatest person ever because you're my friend, but for like real honest reasons, right? But even that doesn't prepare you for a venue of that magnitude because there's so many like thoughts in there, right? So many different brains searching for what it's looking for individually that like there's no telling when they're going to like what you have to say, when they're going to dislike what you have to say. And you can like get good at guesstimating it, right? Because you have a brand like Nitty, you know what I mean? As he telegraphs some of his punches, he knows what he's doing, right? But I think Daylyt not being in the gym as much, relying on the analytics, that slight imperfection in his performance, especially because he's so wordy, right, really, really threw him for a fucking loop. You know what I mean? But I think he still ultimately, that's what I was about to say. In his recovering, you see a trauma response.
Yeah. 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 He was like fight or flight.
Yeah, he got back to looking silly and joking around and Rum had
he's like, I might be trolling. I was like, bro, Dave, you're not doing this, bro.
And Rum had to tell him, like, come on, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I think it was kind of a fight for what I thought of like new Daylyt and old Daylyt.
Yeah.
Like old Daylyt would have been like, I'm just trolling. I don't care. I want you guys to think that I don't care about this. But it's like, bro, Day, at this point, we know you care. And it's pretty obvious that this was just and it happens, bro.
You coming back shows you care.
Yeah.
But also I think that him fighting through it, right? Because he tried to quit.
He did.
And then he found it. And Rum was going to start. And then he's
like, hey, yo.
Yeah, did all that dumb shit.
Yeah.
And then he fought through it. I think that set him up to have the third round that he had.
Yeah, shout out to Light, bro. Not a lot of people talk about that enough, bro. Shout out to Daylyt where it's like choking in your second round's the second worst scenario other than choking in your first, you know? But like Daylyt, it took him a minute. And if it wasn't live, I bet Alvo would help with the editing once it came out.
Yeah.
Alvo's helped me a lot. Bro, this all red battle I did for RBE.
Yeah.
In the third round, I choked away like half of it.
Damn.
Avo texted me, he's like, I got you. I watched the battle, and it looked like I just had a small stumble.
Let's go, Albo.
I was in there. Shout out to Avo for making me look better on camera. But
sorry, I do want to apologize to ORED. That's not fair to you, but fuck you, home team.
But no, shout out to Daylyt's resilience, bro. I think he probably would like maybe a younger Daylyt would have just fucked off the round, but he knew this was important. I think Rum as a real one being like, bro, let's do this thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like helped him and motivated him.
This could be what it could be.
But for me, at the end of the second round, I had it 2-0.
Oh, same.
Rum Nitty.
No doubt about it.
Damn. Okay. All right.
And Daylyt had a better second round than first round, minus the Killer King giving beds out. I'm not stop saying it. And it's even funnier because Lux was behind him. You just can't write better TV than this, man.
What are you thinking if you're Lux and you're seeing Daylyt choke? Oh, handsome.
I whooped his ass.
Yeah?
Yeah. The first thing was like, you were supposed to avenge me, you bitch ass nigga. But after that, it's like,
I'm asking the chat this. Do you think secretly Lux was enjoying Daylyt not being ready for the spotlight?
No. I think Lux.
I gotta ask the chat this. I want to know your opinion on this.
I think Lux was enjoying Daylyt not being as good as his style as he is. It's like, nigga, it's only one king, fam. It's not as easy as it looks, huh? It's easy to sit on the couch and call Kwame Brown trash. You guard that nigga in the paint.
What's the word to phrase it? Do you think Lux
relished? I don't use relished.
Relished.
I like
enjoyed? That seems kind of hateful.
What
enjoyed?
Okay.
Daylyt stumbling.
You should have said Daylyt stumbling. Was Lux happy? Yes and no for the poll.
Yeah. Okay. I worded it wrong on the poll, guys, but you know what I mean. So vote when you know what I mean.
Pause it if you're closet.
Pause it if you're closet.
That shit was great. I ain't gonna lie.
Here's the thing about I think Daylyt openly wants to be compared to Lux or be in the same ballpark as Lux.
Stratosphere. Yeah. Like, and I think Lux has I really don't want to say this. I'm trying to find another way, but for the sake of argument, he has a God complex.
Lux does or Daylyt?
Both.
Okay.
Equally, right? Like, they both feel like, nigga, nobody is touching me.
Yeah.
When I put
That's why they're both so good.
I put belt to ass,
no one's fucking
ass
with me.
is whooped.
Yeah.
And there's no rebuttals. You know what I mean? That's how they look at themselves.
Yeah.
So when it's like the sun and moon competing for sky time. Right?
Yeah.
The moon rules the night, sun rules the day. In their own world, they're the king, and they're hoping one day for a lunar or solar eclipse so everybody can pick their favorite. You know
Equinox.
what I mean? Just so good, man. It's just so good. The boy is good, man.
Every time I hear Rums battling someone when they drop on the flyer, I look at the other person's name and just start thinking about how many different ways is this nigga's name going to be flipped into oblivion?
One of my favorite rum bars you highlighted for me. That nigga said, after all the fake shoe allegations, fake shoe gate, nigga said, I never blew bills on doctors. I never blew bags on shoes, but your doctor will. My Lord and Savior, sir.
I never blew bags on shoes, but your doctor will. That to me is my favorite style of punch.
Mine too.
It's kind of like 10% wordplay, but not the like making words stretch, and it's not a like or simile thing. I'm like, bro, I love shit like that, bro.
I like when people use the English language the way it's supposed to be used.
Yeah. I respect it if you twist it, but like I like it.
Yeah, that's my favorite shit.
Like,
when you say something crazy,
and
you don't have to pervert the English language to do it, like that's
I feel it.
magnifique.
The chat says no, Lux didn't enjoy Daylyt. Stumbling. You buy it?
No.
No? Okay.
Because no king wants to be dethroned.
But do you think? Yeah, I bet it's conflicting ideas that Lux had, which is like he's like, damn, I wanted this to be a great showing for both of them because I think he's a positive and wants positivity for other people.
Yeah.
But like I think also he's like, well, there's another reason why you can't fuck with me too.
One more time. Keep asking for the battle, my friend.
Yeah. Some of the chat. What does the chat say? Because I think Amon Ross says no. Lux wanted Light to be his best. I think so, man. He says they're brothers, and so that's the case. But maybe Lux just sees that it might be some time before he and Daylyt battle. That's definitely the truth, Sludge.
I don't think that it's a it's a hater thing. I think it's a competitive thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Like I told you, nigga. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like you can't battle. Look, you're struggling with it.
It's been about 8 years since me and you supposed to get in the gloves because I stay fat.
I told you I'd box you at 190. If we're both at 190.
Say, I'm almost there. I'm like 40 pounds off. That ain't shit. That's one of Leo's legs. I'll be all right. But it's like, bro, when we're in the ring scrapping, right? Mm-hmm. Or even better yet, when we're training for it, right? Because I'm going to do some bad work to make sure I don't beat you too bad. Just control work.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Make sure I don't go too crazy on you. I'm going to be thinking about beating your ass. You know what I mean? I'm no bullshit. And you my dog. You're my brother. I love you. You know what I mean? But in that moment, nigga, it's a competition thing. It's not a hate thing, right?
Yeah.
And when the time comes, if you end up whooping my ass, as you're talking shit about it, you're not happy that I got my ass beat. Mm-hmm. You're just happy you won.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is. Like, I don't think Lux feel like he lost a rum. I don't think he actualized that to himself because that's part of his narcissistic behavior. Mm-hmm. So I think he was like, oh, bro, this is your test. I just beat him.
Yeah.
Right? I showed him what the levels are. Mm-hmm. And now it's your turn to show you're ready. Oh, Daniel, son.
Yeah.
You're not ready for Mr. Miyagi yet. And I think that's where
I think that's the most accurate thing. Shout out to Black Devil with the super chat who says, if my memory is correct, the crowd chanted 30 for Lux in the Calico battle. Lux choked in the second, so it's possible Light got a 30 also. Disagree. Thank you for the super chat, but I would vehemently disagree. Here's another thing that is a third option. In my experience, New York niggas are the most about their money. They're like always finding ways. Most niggas are, but New York niggas to the most are like, how can I get a side hustle? Can I get an additional side hustle?
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Where were you born?
Crown Heights, Brooklyn.
Oh, continue. I'm sorry. No, that was just that was like a subtle pat on the back for yourself.
I wouldn't call myself a New York
You didn't
person.
say us. Hey, New York niggas, they always get money. They know on the side hustle.
I don't think
You know
I was
what
raised in New York, though.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't call myself that.
All right.
But here's the other thing that like Lux, I know like, so I'm speaking of DNA, T-Rex, they're about their chicken, bro. The money on, you know, like, and goods, yeah. And when Lux is seeing Daylyt battle, he's like, there goes about 30% of the money we were supposed to make.
Bitch ass nigga.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, fuck. You know, like, I bet Lux is like, bro, this could be a something $1,000 payday.
Yeah.
If you're great right now. It's the same thing with prize fighting. It's like when someone's challenging a champion, they're like, okay, go tune up this fight. If you look great, we make more money now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I bet Lux was like, fuck, man, kind of fucked up the bread for me.
Yeah. So I'll put it like this. You could be right there. And I guess it all depends on where his vanity comes from. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. Because as much as niggas in New York want money for status, they want status for legacy. Most people, right? I find like this weird thing about humans where we're obsessed with immortality that we know we can never achieve, so we try and pseudoscience it another way, right? So you could be right if his vanity comes from his paper, but if I know niggas, it comes from his legacy. So I'm leaning more towards.
This is going to completely lose the chat. Chat, if you've been with us this whole time, we've had around like 90, 100 people watching.
That's tight.
So shout out to the people who like a more in-depth conversation. You probably came here to see bitches with bars. But thank you. Me and Diesel talk about this stuff because we probably have weird life experiences that shows up in this. But if we haven't lost you that yet, this might lose you. When you said people have a fear of immortality or trying to obsession immortality, bro. Follow me on this. Walk with me because it's going to take a long ways to get there. When you watch movies and the trend in movies being made, it's almost the most accurate depiction you can get of where like the American psyche is at. And when comic book movies, which I don't know you fucked with or not.
Oh, for sure. I'm watching Daredevil Reborn. It's not a movie, but right now it's phenomenal.
Yeah, same with the Marvel boom that happened like 10, 15 years ago. And the reason why they were so successful is like humans fear finality so much. And like the execs at Disney and Marvel were like, if we make multiverses and can guarantee their superhero can never die, and it's never the final goodbye to them, they'll feel so fucking comfortable coming back to our theaters. And that's a way that like human psyche thinks of like, if Iron Man dies, it's okay.
Yeah. Because he only died here.
He only died here. He can come back. I promise he can come back. He's not dead and gone, is it? You know what I mean? Like, It's very true that like the finality of it, and maybe that works back into like Lux's legacy, and because we're all just like fucking will the beast at the end of the day, and we know that we're all gonna die, and all that really matters is like how much we've dented the earth when we're gone. But like in terms of like Lux looking at Daylyt for that battle, almost as a fan, you kind of play the what if, man. Like what if Daylyt absolutely went nuclear in this battle, and then in 2 months they're like Lux versus Daylyt. We'd be like,
what Daylyt say in that third round?
Let's get to it. Thank you for staying with us, everybody. Light 3-0 content, Rum 2-1 execution. Light 2-1 really. Almighty T has been on the Light bandwagon.
Oh, there's no doubt about
all
it.
day. Bro, shout out to you. Again, Almighty T, I would challenge you, not saying you're do this. I would challenge you to think about it in terms of a battle and not what they're rapping about and how it represents you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
A lot of people prefer a battle because they're like, oh, this person represents my beliefs more. Lyrical, deep thought. It shouldn't be about guns and killing, which is a cool way to look at art. But me, I'm like, if niggas was in there squabbing, who won? I'm trying to remove myself from it. Who actually won if these niggas was in there squabbing?
Yeah, the nigga who got the crazy setup. Or the nigga was like, go to bed.
Shut up, nigga. My favorite Verb line, he said, Kung Fu only works on niggas that know Kung Fu.
From a nigga who hates Verb, shout outs to Verb. And Verb, just so you know, if you ever see this, the hate is purely jealousy.
Yeah,
we'll talk about it later.
Okay, third round, it's back on Nitty. This is when Nitty is absolutely punching for the star. He's going crazy.
My goodness.
And this is your favorite Nitty round?
Without a shadow of a doubt.
This is when he lost me a little bit. Where I was like, oh, the effectiveness, the complaint everyone has about Nitty is like, oh, we've kind of seen this act in the first 2 rounds. I think he's still rapping probably at a higher level than the first 2 rounds, but still the surpriseness is kind of gone for me.
I got you, bro. I think in this third round, This nigga is going insane, bro.
Nitty has the once or twice every battle. Nitty has the line that everyone looks at themselves after he says it, and they don't even cheer. They're just like, "Why didn't I think of that fucking line?" And this was about phone repair. Diesel, what was his phone repair line?
Nigga.
What did he say?
He said, "I told my mama I'm working in phone repair because I do crack sales." Nigga, what? Nigga, what?
I need a 20-second timeout on Rum.
Got you.
Rum, you good, bro? Hey, look at me. You good, bro? Why didn't you think of that, bro?
How?
Why didn't I think of that?
Why
didn't I think of that?
Where were you at? I need that influence. Somebody's got to influence me like that. You know what I mean? Like, that reminds me of Erykah Badu.
Okay, why?
Every nigga she ever, like, dated publicly ended up some kind of weird. 3 Stacks is playing the flute now. Every other nigga, right?
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder, how good is it?
Yeah, there's box influence for sure.
Yeah. So whatever that is that she gives to them niggas,
Yeah.
that change, that manifest change in their life.
Like box influence when it comes to women. Like for me, Kanye's best music was off of Amber Rose's box influence.
What?
When he was
My
off
Twisted
of
Dark
Amber Rose's,
Fantasy? It's one of the best albums he ever produced.
I still say that should have been co-produced by Amber Rose's box. Because boy, whatever y'all two were doing, it created some beautiful music, bro.
Let me tell you.
Created some beautiful music.
Yeah, bro, that was crazy.
Phone repair, and then I think you missed this because I was talking over it, but I got a big ass shot for Spawn, like an epidural.
I didn't like that.
That's crazy. You're hating.
Spawn.
But I mean, he says it with Nitty's draw.
I heard it.
But, okay, all right, yeah, you fucking with it? That's hate.
Not to mention, I like traditional women who give birth without epidurals. Risk death for me, baby.
That baby's gonna be stronger.
Yeah.
I mean, no opposition earlier.
Yeah, come on, man.
I was an epidural ass nigga. You can tell I was an epidural ass nigga. Came out like, where's my milk? My soy milk. Bitch ass baby.
Nigga was the first soy boy. Get this teeth from me.
Okay, the next one. Everybody will be surprised to see you, to bring you back, like Aunt Vivian. Okay, now the nigga's bugging. Now the nigga's like,
come on, dog.
now you're bugging, bro.
But you get on my nerves, man.
What I do?
Pick and choosing. How you mad at the Agent K bar, the Men in Black, but you not mad at the Will Smith, the Fresh Prince reference?
I'm a hypocrite.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna take this out. I'm a hypocrite. Because it is an overused reference.
Dying hippopotamus.
What's a dying hippopotamus?
Hypocritical.
Who said that, Danny?
Mook. Terrible. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Find it in yourself like a sauce.
To get out, you gotta find it in yourself like a saw scene.
Nigga, what?
Now in Daylight's inner monologue, he's like, oh fuck.
I gotta do something.
Choked in the second. First one's debatable. Either I have to leave, shoot this nigga, or wrap my ass off. And I don't know which one I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give it a couple minutes. Because
he in his head like, I knew I should have took a shit before I came out here. This is the perfect time.
Is it in the car? Day. Did I leave it in the car? It's in the car. Send someone to go get it?
Active. Let's see if I said his name 3 times. Nigga, not up here. Active.
This is the one thing I will share about texting with Daylyt. He's like, oh, it felt good to get blood in my mouth. So, yeah. He's like, he's one of them, bro. You know, it's like, and it felt good to put blood in my mouth.
Bro, sometimes you got to get to know you alive. You know what I mean?
100%. Like a lot of people, if you've never been into a fight, you don't know like 90% of yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
sometimes
sure.
if you haven't been in a fight in a long time, you don't even know who you are, bro.
Bro, I was thinking about that 2 days ago. I'm at the house shadow boxing, right?
Okay.
And I'm beating the air's ass. It's not standing a chance. I'm whooping the air's ass.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that's what it gets for talking shit.
Yeah, on everything. I'm dogging it out, right? And then, like, I took a glance in the mirror, right, as I was, like, doing my head movement. I was like, I wonder if a nigga would sock me when I did this. Like, would this actually evade a punch? Like, I think it would. You know what I mean? But, like, would it? I don't know. I gotta...
You know what I love? Like 90% of niggas never train, box, wrestle, nothing. But all of them are like, bro, when I get mad though, I see red.
You know that doesn't help, right?
You know that's a worse for you, right?
Yeah. So what you're telling me is you don't remember any of your fights.
I've never like really fought, but when I get mad, bro, it's over for niggas. All right, cool. It's about being calm.
Shout outs, man. I really want to call the homegirl on this stream right now. Maui, if you see this later on, I am so sorry, darling. Not at all. So this young lady, I've known this girl since I was in middle school.
Okay.
I lied, high school. Since high school. I bagged her at a 212 party.
What's a 212
Exactly. If you about my age, Southern LA, you know about 212. It was an all-age club back in the day.
Okay.
Right? It was kids throwing parties. Well, whatever. And I got her number, and we like talked for a minute, whatever. We've been friends ever since, right? That's my dog. This is like the most anti-violent, unconfrontational, agreeable woman you can meet. Mm-hmm. Just an overall sweetheart, man. She about as thick as these mic stands. You know what I mean? She don't really stand a chance against the wind blowing too hard. Again, love you, girl. She got into her first fight this year.
Shout out to her. How'd she do?
Landed her in the slammer.
Shout out to her. She got a perfect record. Hey, she got a perfect record.
Hey, 1 for 1, baby girl.
Record.
Shoot and a score, nigga. Yeah, bro, I love the Briss Rothstein bar too. In that round. Sorry.
Oh, you had to explain that to me. What did he say?
Yeah, he said
top dog again.
He was talking about, and he's again him changing things up and switching things up and changing the pace. He went to talking about how Daylyt going to TDE ended up breaking up TDE. As we knew it with Kendrick and all them, right? And then he was like, "You'll never see top dog again like Rothstein."
You had to explain it to me, and it was one of those.
Oh, wait a minute, yeah,
It's kind of crazy. So now you're giving. See, these are the name flips I like.
Yeah,
you're not name flipping your opponent, but name flipping like labels and like other people's
related
that are involved.
To you.
That feels a little more original to me. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like,
and it's not as tiring, right?
100%. You get to hear a different word finally. You know what I mean? Than light and day.
And I love that he battled like Daylyt being conscious right now in the mainstream, and he brought up the one drop rule.
What's the one drop rule? Oh, with Vixen the Assassin. One drop a nigga like Vixen
one drop a nigga like Vixen. Come on, bro. Like the nigga is smart, bro.
Yeah, that's what I think. The most dangerous niggas in the world are smart hood niggas, bro. For a lot of reasons, but Nitty's one of them, bro.
Yeah,
a nigga that can outsmart you, and they're willing to go to lengths in other ways that you're not.
You know what I mean? Like he's willing to travel the path.
Frank Lucas, bro.
Yeah,
most dangerous things in the world.
He's got more.
He's got a couple more. I have 3 more notes on Nitty's round.
What you got?
Nitty's has this thing the last couple battles where he goes jab and it says a line.
I hate
jab says a line. You hate it?
I hate that setup to it. I like what he did there.
I think that's dope.
I like the punches that came with it. I hate it.
But you don't like the jab thing. No. I will say when he did it this time, all of Nitty's jabs were overheads. He had to stop.
Yeah, he lied.
He had to stop nigga, you're lying to us.
The nigga behind you, jab him again. One more time.
The building's breaking. Again, shout out to the nigga that was supporting battle rap. We're having fun.
Hey, what if that nigga is Almighty T? Like, I know it ain't you, fam. I'm kidding. That whatever.
Then I was going to talk about right after the jab overhead, the corner etiquette. I know that wasn't Nitty's people's, maybe it was, but like people that are on camera a lot. Just be aware, man. Sometimes you can get a little slizzy. You know what I mean? Like, and then
I'm guilty.
You can make one person can ruin like an epic battle. You did not, sir, whoever you are, but it was getting close.
Yeah,
it was going to be a classic. It was a classic. It might have been a classic.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I have, which is an LA reference, Jordan Down Concord Grapes.
Best bar around.
Yeah,
to me. But I'm an LA nigga.
If you don't know LA, Jordan Downs are projects in Watts.
Yes.
Look at me knowing my California. Catching up slowly.
Hanging out with Dre Vicious, huh?
Facts.
Shout out to Dre.
He's talking about wearing patent 11 Jordans. As soon as I put the Jordan down, Concord great because Daylyt's
Yeah. Oh my goodness, my God.
One of those punches that like everything works about it. You know.
He had.
What else?
He had that. He said, I would have ran it back in the days, but I'm not a kid anymore. What is this nigga talking about, bro? That's a reference from hell. Where you get that from, my nigga?
Almighty T says Nitty is already the GOAT of battle rap now. I feel you, bro. He says he just prefers smarter raps, which I hate to be too analytical and literal, but I'm like,
and that's why
smarter is pretty broad, bro. If you're just talking about like 8-syllable words and like references that Daylyt is speaking about, if you think that's smarter, I'm not even mad at you. I think it takes a certain level of smarts to take an advanced idea and present it simply. That's all. And no one's right, no one's wrong. You know what I mean?
If you like smart battle rappers, smart references, then you should fuck with Twerk because he gives you some of the best references,
100%.
and he just makes it just ghetto as fuck.
Yeah.
Right. That nigga said, because I don't rap about God. I'm not a Christian battler. Slide right through. He said, yeah, sometimes I walk by faith, and sometimes I drive by. Oh my goodness. Goat, my friend.
Diesel, I was in Lussell's corner for that.
That's fucked up.
And I was like, this shit's all right. Crying inside. Just like, that's all right. Yeah, that works. Sound good. Sound good. Crying.
Boo. Head ass. Oh, and then he had one more.
What's wrong?
That I want to bring up.
Lord Mr. D, Mr. I don't know, man. Sorry I mispronounced your name. He might be bringing it up, but what is it?
The vape pen.
Yeah, he brought it up. What is it? What is
that nigga said, light turned on by puff, like a vape pen. And I'm a vapor who hasn't vaped in 3 days. I'm trying to quit. So that really triggered me.
That was the one, bro.
Yeah, that was
the one.
That was the round.
To me, that kind of capped off a Nitty performance that I would say it was like an 8 out of 10 for Rum with the highest of standards.
Okay. I'm not mad at 8.
I would say his Lux performance was a 9.
Okay.
Well, I mean, what would you give it? That performance, that total Rum performance.
This last one?
Yeah, this Daylyt.
I'm not mad at 8.
8? Okay.
I'm not mad at 8. I was gonna say 7.5.
Okay.
But again, that's some of the repetition that I had to power through.
Sure. Yeah, there was a part in the end of the second and third. It was like, okay, we got to get through this. But there's something to be said about, man, like when you're hunting for that big battle and you still show up as like the most reliable man in battle rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a lot of niggas like hunt that battle, and Rum has done that twice in a year and arguably beat Lux and arguably beat Daylyt. I won't tell you who I have in this last round, because do you have any notes from Daylight's third round? I think the people might be sticking around for Daylight's third round. Thank you for sticking around.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys.
Because to me, this was Daylight's far and away best round.
He said, "Oh man, I'm trying to read it from here. All the Rum flips were phenomenal to me. I didn't mind him. I didn't like the Merc one.
Merc was bad,
but I did fuck with the double barrel.
Okay. Double barrel.
The Prohibition, what I got for Rum, a double barrel. I was like, my lord.
I love when smart niggas gun line.
Me too.
Yeah,
me too. It's like, damn.
It's like I love when dumb niggas do like advanced stuff. You know what I mean? It's like,
look at you.
Yeah.
Branching out.
Like when Lux shoots somebody, I'm like, nigga, shoot that nigga, Lux. Shoot that handsome nigga.
Yeah, that's how I felt when shoot the handsome nigga, Lux.
Beloved.
That's how I felt when with Glock 45 on your bitch ass.
100%.
Yeah, take war shit. Like, oh yeah.
Take advantage of what like people don't think you are. Go ahead.
No, go please.
The early part of Daylight's round where he's like, I get it. In order for you to think you win, you got to rap like you lost yourself. My nigga, Daylyt. That's the Daylyt. Is it?
That's you.
I was like, that's the Daylyt I fucking love, bro. And the angle was there for the taking, where it's like, it's so easy for Daylyt to paint Rum as everything wrong in current battle rap, right?
Yeah.
He's like the stereotype gun line. And I thought for sure Day was going to cook almost the whole battle on this angle. And when Day got into this bag, I think that's very true, bro. I think Day's trying to rap, and he's on a plight that's harder, more difficult than Rum's, right? Who cares about who's better? I'm just talking about, and specifically, like Daylight's journey in this battle was a more difficult battle. He wanted to really rap. He wanted to bring things inside of battle rap that people don't bring inside of battle rap. And when you have a line that encompasses that thought, I'm like, oh, here we go, bro. And it ties back into what he did in the first round, where he was separating the difference between him and battle rap niggas, right? Yeah.
And kind of what you said, what you did against Eunice, right? That we watched today. Mm-hmm. Where it's like, bro, you're essentially, you're not being who you are because they're telling you who you should be, right? And that's what he said to him in that line, that was great. The way he put it together, the way he tied it down.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, there's a bigger conversation that I won't have right now with you, but I'll introduce it, which is like art to me. I've said a couple times that like in the last decade or two, the world's kind of at war with like art and content, right? And as a creative, I think I can tell when people are being true to themselves, right? Like after I read a Rick Rubin book, he was like, what fans want should never be even involved in the creative process. That's not true to the art. He's like, you can't think about what fans want while you're creating it. It's not true.
Right. That's
then it's someone else's thought. You know, and it's like, what do you want to make? And then you wait till they like it or not. And a lot of people, that's cold as fuck, right?
So good.
When I read that, I was like, Rick, this is what I wanted as a fan. Thank you. You know, I didn't know.
I'm glad you said fuck me when you wrote this.
But the same thing with like Steve Jobs, who's like, people don't know what you want until you give it to them.
On everything I love.
And so like,
that's crazy.
Isn't that nuts? It's crazy to think about, bro.
Because when I was in high school and I was helping the homies get pussy.
I hate you, bro. You're really a hood nigga, bro.
I used to tell them, bro, give them what they want. They said, what is that? Whatever you give them, because they don't fucking know. I've been saying that forever. Somebody got to write a book on me, man, before I die.
Someone's going to throw a book at you, nigga. Thinking like that.
You mean again? First time somebody threw a book at me.
But I think there's two types of creatives, and a part of me feels away, but like one is like they see people getting them reaction, and then they're like, how can I get more reaction?
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. I might not respect it as much, because people are still good at that. And then there's some people who are just like, I'm just going to do what I feel is honest to me, and fuck if they feel it.
Right.
And if the people end up feeling it, I'm like, that's the perfect marriage. I like when Kendrick's like, how'd you let a conscious nigga go commercial? I love that shit.
100%.
You know what I mean? I feel like Rum is on the line of like, I give people what they want, nigga. I literally stick to my guns. Yeah. And he does. And I'm not mad at that. And from an artist perspective, I kind of respect Daylyt's plight more. Go ahead.
Two things. One, shout out my nigga Chopper. Chopper was like, bro, you're not the toughest nigga in the world when I first started battle rapping. He's like, bro, you're not the toughest nigga in the world, bro. Like, I know if I got a problem, I can call you, we'd be good, whatever. If I'm out and about, we solid. But you not the big shoot 'em up, bang, bang, kill 'em nigga that you say you are in your battle raps. He's like, why don't you rap about something different, nigga?
Oh, no.
Nigga, this is early in my career, right? And I told him pretty much, I'm a bitch.
Here's the thing you gotta understand about
I'm a slave to the pressure. You know what I mean? Like, I know the pressure is there to perform. I know I'm talented. I know I can put words together. Mm-hmm. But, like, I want to give the people what they want instead of giving the people what they didn't know they needed, right? And when you made a shift early in your career, right around the time, I think I retired like 130 times. It's around like my second retirement. You was like, yeah, bro, I'm doing something different. Yeah. Right? And you made a conscious effort to change the content of your material. Mm-hmm. And pretty much before you read that quote, hopefully, you pretty much embodied it. Like, you stopped worrying about what people wanted from you, and you just wanted to rap. You wanted to exercise.
Started losing a lot, by the way.
Your artillery. Yeah, but like in an opinionated sport, there's no losses. That's my favorite thing. Out of any battler I've ever battled, the nigga Nove said to me, because after I finished beating shit down his leg, I wanted him to admit it. So I invited him to my hotel with his friends and my friends. I said, hey, man, what one round do you think you won? Because I know you lost two. Mm-hmm. I know you lost the battle. He sat down in the chair that I'm paying for, the room that I'm paying for. Like, hey, he said, at this stage, which is hilarious because we was only on a hit. He said, at this stage, there's no wins and losses, bro. Just bruises.
That's true.
And you know what I mean? At that point, right then and there is when I changed my opinion on things like, nigga, fuck winning.
Yeah.
Because in battle rap, unless it's a tournament, nigga, you pay regardless.
Yeah, there's a real, and even I struggle with it in everything I do. I have a lot of interest, and I'm like, what's true to self? Am I still falling under pressure of what people want? It's hard not to think about what people like and what people how they will receive it. In fact, sometimes I'm like, sometimes I just want to create something that doesn't release, like doesn't have a rollout. It doesn't have fans for it. It's like, bro, can I just build a garden? Why does everything have to be like
Look at me.
Yeah, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But like I do when I was younger, I was like, bro, you're not a real artist if you're like appealing to the fans. Now that I grow older, I read like Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones were like, cool that you love music and make it in your basement. Over here we make hits. And I'm like, I kind of respect that too, bro.
Yeah.
And only the artist can find like what actually feels right for them. You know what I mean?
Can I ask you a question though?
Huh.
Is there space for both?
Here's what I think. Humans are inherently flawed because, yes, I would say
Okay.
yes. But it's people will spend their whole life wanting to become something. And why humans are inherently flawed is because most of the time they're spending their whole life to become something. They have no idea what it's like to become that.
Right.
You know, it's like, I want to be this one day. And then you're like that one day. And you're like, oh shit, now I'm 40 and I'm this thing. I had no idea what it was going to be like to be that. What they don't prepare for is like how much a human changes. So I think there's space for both, but it's like you have to check in with yourself daily or weekly or monthly as an artist to be like, what do I actually want to say? What's my actual truth right now?
Right.
So if some point, like your truth right now is like exposure, sure. At some point, your truth right now is like just getting out what's been in your head forever. I think there's a space for that too. My thing is like, what are you as an artist? Are you actually tapping in with yourself to know what you want to relay? You know?
I got you. That's real. I just feel like, you know, that people say you can't serve two gods type shit. Right?
Yeah.
And so I was wondering if you felt as a creative that was possible to say, I can do both. I can make hits when it's time to make hits, but at the same time, be in my garage still doing it the old school way. And neither of them are going to suffer, in my opinion.
Yeah. And I think that honestly, like that's what this battle kind of boils down to.
Okay.
Is like Daylyt wants to be, and maybe is that person who's just rapping about what he wants. But I think his struggle forever will be how much to give the crowd and how much to do what battle rap wants of him.
Yeah.
And Rum Nitty's like, I know what you guys want.
Every time.
And it's like if Snoop does a concert, you want him to play the hits.
No doubt about it.
You know what I mean? It's like Snoop knows what we wants to hear. Like, and we're not coming for the B-sides, my nigga. Maybe, but like we want to hear
Most
the
of
hits.
us aren't.
Most of us
I know
aren't.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm here for the...
I have a question for you.
I got one more bar I have to say.
All right, please.
Because you hated it. And I absolutely loved it from Daylyt.
What was it?
That nigga said, the message is so fruitful, it'll bury you, my lord.
I hate it.
It's so good.
I hate it.
It's like dad joke perfection.
That was
Anyway.
written by Daylyt and whoever does the Laffy Taffy jokes or whatever the fuck.
That nigga...
Bury you.
Oh, Rum gonna die. All right, my bad. What was the final question?
No, that brings up a point of like battle rap a lot of time is that thin line of like dad joke, really good bar.
Yeah, for sure.
All the time.
Bro, it's...
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Depending on who you're rapping in front of,
Yeah.
can make it a terrible bar or an iconic dad joke, right?
Yeah.
And knowing your craft, right? Because again, you can't predict what people are gonna like
Yeah.
to a T,
Uh-huh.
but you can move in the neighborhood. You know
Facts.
what I mean?
What other ones did I have? Oh, I had a thought about Daylight's round where when you're great, a lot of things come with being great. Daylyt has just had a career of being great, great moments, great battles, great lyricism, everything on display. A thing people don't talk about what you earn when you become great, and that's the right to be mediocre sometimes. And Daylyt had some mediocre shit in there, but it's like, if I rapped it, you'd be like, that nigga's ass. But I haven't earned what Daylyt has earned.
Right.
And that's a right, man. It's a right to just be like, do a bar everybody's heard when he's like, give the Area 51. And like, nobody was left, so I had to, even though nobody writes. And so it's like, that's really bad stuff, but like, he earned the right to do it.
It's as much as a badge of honor as it is, because we can sit here and talk about it, that we recognize that he's able to do that. That badge placed on the wrong chest can be a bad thing.
Very much. So I've seen people take advantage of that.
You know what I mean?
There's some people on that same card that I won't mention that
Fair enough.
have been cashing checks that I'm like, God damn, bro, you don't feel bad about giving this performance, my nigga? Like,
Paying them how much? And I changed the lights on a nigga.
paid for that electricity. That was $1,500. What else did I have? Oh, a cool. And I should say Daylight's hitting on this angle so well in the third, bro. I know you guys are probably liking the rapping he's doing in the third. I just like the angle a lot of like while you was out there gunslinging. Like all you gangsters became gamers. Like
that shit was fire.
I think it said like Minecraft. The whole community was square. What the fuck? Daylyt, that's what where's this been at? Daylyt, please. We wanted that Daylyt. But what I did highlight was like, just because you don't understand it doesn't mean he's not dying.
Right.
Daylyt, come on, you are cooking in this third.
But it's fucked up because
you are cooking in this third, because
we just had that moment earlier in the second round.
Yeah.
We didn't understand it, but maybe Rum was dying. Maybe feeling like a Sparta in the Garter with the flow deep. He's dying right now. Is this what death looks like? The building broke. Bro, that's the one thing I was about to say as well. I think I may have referenced it earlier, but Daylyt's first round, his mishap in the second, his meteoric return in the third, right? Saving in the third. Reminds me of the quote, nobody cares until they know you care.
Okay.
Right. And I think him fighting through that second round the way he did, right?
Yeah.
Starting the first round off the way he did, right? Giving us that small little teaser of the old day and then switching right into rapidy rap, right? Just really confusing the fans.
Yeah.
When he started rapping like that in the third round, people on Rum Nitty side were going crazy.
100%. People wanted a good battle, man.
Because they cared again. Yeah. Because they knew he cared. It looked like he cared. It sounded like he cared. So they started to care more. Because he had dope shit in other rounds that just didn't get the same reaction. You feel me? You coming up here separating yourself from battle rappers. Nigga, fuck you. We battle rap fans in here. Right? Then on top of that, you got the motherfucking nerve to choke in the second?
Yeah.
Oh, but you're not a battle rap nigga. Clear as day. You aren't one of us.
That was a bar.
Fire. I didn't even hear it. And then in the third round, he showed he cared.
Yeah, man.
And then people started caring with him. And I loved his third round. I felt like this battle was a journey.
Bro, yeah,
We hit some traffic along the way. Got a little
some traffic. The 405 got a little crowded. But I will say, like, then I'll give you my real quick opinion on like the 90s, the early aughts, and then the 2020s. Like in the 90s, cool was a thing. In the early aughts, it was anti-cool. And it's like, nigga, actually, you're trying to be cool. Like no one's trying to be cool anymore. Like the early aughts was like the death of cool. Yeah. Like the only cool nigga left was like ASAP Rocky, maybe. Like that's the only nigga that has like an image of cool. Yeah. And then in the 2020s, it was cool to actually look like you're trying. Yeah. We don't shit on that anymore. Like the
big red boots.
Yeah. That kind of shit. Yeah. And it was like, I always define it as like when you went to school, how many straps did you wear in your backpack? Like, were you the nigga with one strap? It's like, bro. Or you can look like you're trying, but you can put both straps on, my nigga. Like the 90s was about being cool. The early aughts was about not being cool. And now it's just like, bro, it's actually cool to look like you're trying at this shit. And I think Daylyt's been so successful for so long. He's seen the ebbs and flows of that, of like it looking cool about becoming not prepared for a battle and doing some antics and being like, it's cool. You know what I mean? Like, who gives a fuck? Yeah. And now we're in the era of like, actually now I think it's the truest type of fanship where it's like, we actually want to see you try your hardest. That's what we respect the most. The gimmicks are out the window. Battle rap is everywhere now. It's so oversaturated. There's a new battle that drops every day. The only thing that's going to keep this alive is your effort. The greats. The effort from the greats, and you're one of them. Yeah. We got it in the third.
Bro, again, we have this obsession with immortality, right? Mm-hmm. And I believe that the single purpose for all living organisms is self-preservation. And I think that's what we're seeing in this full circle. I think we saw the anti-cool leading to our extinction. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. And then just a natural fight or flight or a natural... It's an inherent thing to protect what we already built. Mm-hmm. To say, nah, nigga. And naturally, we just came back to caring again. Mm-hmm. And we made caring cool. We made 2 straps full of books like, hanging down your back.
I'm trying.
Cool. I'm trying to get a fucking A. I'm trying to go to fucking college, bro. Okay, I got rid of... Never mind. Let's not do that.
I will say... Daylyt had rum, referring to rum as like a white man's plot to disease blacks. I wanted to note that that's always going to work. When anything's a white man's plan in a battle rap, it's always like the crowd like, yeah, I fuck
Bro,
with that,
you know
bro.
what's gonna
white
work?
man's plan.
Because even white dudes be like, yeah,
My fault. That's our bad. Yeah, we did do that.
yeah. It's them though, not me though.
I'm one of the good ones.
Yeah, Sharon's like, hold on, wait a minute. I was on Wildin' Out.
This is my last take before I give the final what we scored the rounds, right?
Okay.
My last take, and again, this has been metaphysical because you're dealing with two niggas that like mushrooms. Portobello. Don't flag us, YouTube. Portobello. Bro, when I saw this battle for the second time, I was like, this battle is the perfect example, or like microcosm of Daylyt's career. It's the most fitting thing ever. In the first, he's kind of just rapping for himself. Mm-hmm. In the second, he kind of chokes it away, trolls it a little bit. You don't know if he's being serious. And then in the third, he shows elite ability. And I'm like, this has been Daylyt for me forever.
Bro, it's the picture of evolution.
I was like,
you know
this is
what I mean?
Daylyt, bro. In one battle, this is him.
Like when you think about evolution, it happened over millions of years, if you believe in that kind of thing, which I do, to some degree. But like when you look at a depiction of it, you can see it in a glance, right?
Yeah.
And that's what that was, you're saying. Like
100%.
that's fire.
I went in Houston. I was going to Houston, and this is back when Kanye was on the Glow in the Dark tour with like Pharrell, Rihanna, and Ye, and like Lupe, I think. Mm-hmm. And this is when he first had his Nike deal. And he was performing, and the screens behind him were glitching. And he stops the shows. He's like, who the fuck is responsible for the screens? What the fuck? I'm a genius. Think, what the fuck is going on? And he's having this meltdown. And of course, the crowd starts booing. And they get the screens back up and going. And then he's performing 2 more songs. And he's like, everyone turn this shit off. I got something to say. And then like everyone's like, oh, here Kanye goes again. He's like, I just got a shoe deal with Nike, nigga. He's like, zoom in on my shoes. And people are like, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga? And I'm looking at the crowd who's upset. And I'm like, bro, this is the show.
This is it.
This is Kanye's show. It's not performance songs, my nigga. Mm-hmm. This is Kanye's show. You go to Kanye's show for him to do some Kanye shit.
On everything I love.
You know what I mean? And I was like, and when I'm watching Daylyt, I was like, man, I find myself wanting a different Daylyt in this battle. But I was like, actually, this is the Daylyt we know, bro.
And that's the plight that he goes through.
Yeah.
Like, do I give them what they love me for?
Uh-huh.
Or do I show them that I'm multifaceted?
Yeah.
And I think this battle, he tried to find a way to do both.
Okay, on the record, bro, what did you give? Let me tell you what the fans say.
I can go round
the fans
for round.
right now,
okay.
The fans say 50% is in the lead for Rum 2-1.
Okay.
The second is Rum 30 at 25%.
Got you. So they're both wrong. It's Rum in the first round.
Okay.
Rum in the second round. Rum in the third round. But Daylyt won the battle.
You're sick. You're sick.
He said it, I believe it. It's how you 3-0 a nigga with 1 round. And then he did it. No, I'm just fucking with you. Rum beat shit down their leg, even though he did great. We spent a lot of time talking about like the psychology on Day's side.
Yeah.
We showed some of that. We gave some love to Rum.
Yeah, this shouldn't be about Daylyt losing. Yeah, because Rum's just like early on in his career, he's like
winning gets boring, bro. He's the Floyd Mayweather of this shit. You win so much, people just start wanting you to lose.
Yeah, Rum said early in his career, I think it was versus Av. He's like, I didn't earn my respect. I snatched it. I was like, that's exactly what Rum's been doing these last like 4 years, bro. Like, I've seen Rum be like, oh, he's a puncher, but nothing else. And then I've seen like, oh, all he does is name flip, and all he does is take small bows. It's ruining his legacy. And now I'm like, what can you niggas say now? He just like, in my opinion, beat Lux. In my opinion, I will say on the record, shout out to my bro Daylyt. One last time, sorry.
Yeah.
Shout out to my bro Daylyt, who has helped this channel.
Yes, sir.
A large amount. And
hopefully he continues to help this channel.
Yeah, shout out to Light. I think the closest round is the third for me.
No doubt about it.
And I think Rum slightly edges the
I don't think Daylyt definitively won any round.
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough to give him the first, because some Daylyt fans would be like, Daylyt got the first, but Daylyt was in the third being like, I'm a 3-0 him with 1 round, you know? I was like, he's kind of admitting that he was in trouble.
You know what I mean?
You know, but shout out to Light, man. I think that was like a tune-up fight for him. I wish it would have gone differently, but again, it's Daylyt, man. You never really know. I
also want to shout out Chilla Jones League.
Man, shout out to TBL.
Because there was a period in battle rap where if it ain't URL, it don't matter.
It was looking spooky there for a minute, bro. Shout out to URL too. I know they're cooking up something.
shout out.
But
Yeah, I know.
but it's good to like
to see other people. One who got shined from URL, right? So there is no the Chilla Jones that we know without URL, without King of the Dot, right?
Yeah.
So they both poured into his journey. So shout outs to them. But to see somebody like him, see somebody like John, to see these smaller leagues. Let's do. I was gonna say the Riot, those phenomenal events as well.
Mm-hmm.
Look at what the Westworld just did when he's on TV. Like the culture at times feels like it's on life support.
Yeah.
But it's never dying.
never get too up, never get too down, man. Battle rap's okay.
Yeah.
Battle rap's gonna be okay as long as people stay competitive, which they are, man. There's always like as long as there's new niggas always trying to make a name, it'll motivate the old people and still like inspire the young people. It's gonna be okay, man. Don't trip. And the thing is like Chilla also rapped against Averb, bro. He had 3 really good rounds for Averb and organized this whole thing.
That's
when I
insane.
was like, when I did Rome where Twerk and Jazz headlined and I had to organize the whole thing, first off, I hate dealing with talent.
Oh, bro, we're the worst.
Fucking hate talent, especially when you've been talent in your life.
Yeah.
But I fucking hate dealing with talent because everybody thinks their problem's the biggest problem. Most of them aren't real problems. They want to be treated like a king. I have expectations of like wanting to treat people good, and like I was like, bro, this is the word. I went on vacation before in Dubai for some dumb reason for my birthday, and the event was like in a month, and I was stressed the whole fucking time. I wasn't even rapping, Diesel. And this nigga Chilla had Averb, who's like one of the most dangerous niggas in the world. So I'm just like, bro, and Hitman's been doing it all year. You're a hater, bro. Verb's nice. You're a hater. Hitman's been doing it all year. Calico has done it a couple times on their own event headlining. So shout out to everybody who's been like kind of keeping the culture alive. What else are we getting into before we get you out of here, Diesel? What's going on, man?
Shit, I don't know.
What do you want us to watch next, guys? We have to watch either Jazz versus Hollow for you guys. Maybe it won't be as a deep thought as this one was. Maybe it will.
Yeah, see, the difference between Rum and Day and Jazz and Hollow is I actually like both rappers in Rum versus Day.
Do you wake up hating, or like what time does the hate hit you? Like noon, like right before lunch,
It all depends what time I wake up. I'm usually up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning.
and the hate comes like 7:30.
Usually right before breakfast.
Okay.
Like 6:30.
Right.
You know what I mean?
What don't you like about Jazz and Hollow?
One of the rappers in that battle I'm not a fan of, even in the least bit.
What don't you like about him?
What makes you think it's him?
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so either you guys, do you want us to watch? Ill Will and Jay. I should have had you watch that tonight. But you were supposed to watch all these fucking battles, nigga.
Listen here, nigga. I had a day. It's Ill Will versus who?
Jay the Nightwing. It's a goodie, bro.
You gonna make me recap Jay the Nightwing?
It's a goodie.
I believe it. Jay the Nightwing's
It's
phenomenal.
a goodie.
I was talking about that at the when he's on TV thing. They was like, Diesel, would you ever come back to battling? I was like, nah, man, my goose is cooked, champion. It's over. That's all she wrote. And you know the Grey Goose? That was at the Good Daylyt bar.
Even Gravy Goose.
Yeah, that's fire.
The luck shot.
It's over for me. But they was like, I was like, nah, if I came back for one battle, it'd be Jay the Nightwing. And I was lying. I don't
do
want
it?
no parts of that nigga.
I would wait
He's
right
a
now.
mechanic, ain't he?
He is.
I got a car that needs fixing. So
Okay,
maybe
all
we'll
right.
be
I would
friends.
say him and Mad Flex are rapping at the highest levels in battle rap right now.
Who
I
did
would
Mad Flex battle this event?
JC, and he put on a clinic, like building a hospital in Africa. Nigga put on a clinic.
I'm crying.
Put on a clinic, and
Hey, did you know that mosquitoes are definitely afraid of dragonflies? They hunt at like a 92% success rate. So if you're building a clinic in Africa, get some dragonflies, nigga.
chat, let me put this in the chat before we log off. Who do you guys want us to watch next? Because we have Hitman and Hustle too to watch. That's on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm not even remotely interested in that.
Hate is strong with this one.
And I
feel
love
like there's an
Hitman.
emperor behind you. Like, yes, more hate these, hate
Bad
these
Kermit.
niggas.
Hate on that nigga.
Real Sick was the best performer on the card. You a fan of Real Sick?
Fan is a strong word, but I do like him.
Okay. Pass versus Eunice next.
I gotta see that. I have to see that.
Oh yeah, you're a big Eunice fan.
That's my guy.
Nobody will watch it. The chat will watch. Unfortunately,
No,
both
we
those
don't have to
guys-
recap it. I don't like him that much. But I
Again.
have to see the battle.
Okay. All right, give you my login.
I have it. Pause.
I mean, shout out
Pause with the
Chilla
claw.
Jones. We both paid for the
Half and
event.
half.
Yeah.
$37.50.
Card, mad good. Rum had a double slit experiment bar. Yeah, he flipped. That's right, too. Maybe they can get
Rum had a
the
double
place
slit
like that. We're not
experience.
gonna do it. I don't know. I didn't know that.
Split light. See, I don't know. That's
guess
too
so.
simple. Even though it's a good reference.
You know what was cool though? The name flip that I did like that you didn't fuck with was like, when I'm talking about him being gay, get a light go in straight and come out a rainbow like a prism. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Bro.
No,
You don't
that's
fuck with that?
good. It was just that telegraph that usually worked for him,
But didn't work that time.
for me that time. No.
Okay. All right.
But it was good though. I felt I would have said it different, probably better.
It really would. The biggest debate is just saying it backwards, right? You think that would have hit better? Like a prism, like go in straight, come out a rainbow.
Yeah, I
Does
don't
that
like
hit better?
I don't like the rainbow. Cause bent is just as fine, just works just as well.
Homophobic, first of all, but okay.
Fair enough. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
Don't flag us, YouTube.
No.
Love who you love.
Because he is rainbow, and this is my brother, and I love him to death. What I'm saying is the word
They're gonna
rainbow.
clip that up. They're got 15 minutes of fame or some shit.
He is rainbow, and I love him to death.
They're gonna clip that up. Tag everybody in battle rap.
Yeah, we're retired. Who cares? But I think because light bends in a prism, right?
Yeah.
And I think that was a better reference.
Here you go. Being literal Larry. Okay, so you tell me
Lawrence.
what you want to watch, Lawrence.
Larry's my
Ill
name.
Will versus Jay. We have to break it down for these people.
Yeah.
Hitman versus Hustler. You're not interested in intergender battles, right? Because you
No,
don't. You
I
want to
love-
silence black women.
Oh, you know me. If a woman wants to get punched like a man, I'm all for it. Equality, nigga.
How do you feel about Real Sick and Ilmac? You don't like white KOTD rappers.
I hate Ilmac.
Why
But
are you gonna hate it? What's wrong with Ilmac, bro?
short. I'm a Donnie Menace fan. I hate midgets. I can't say that. Sorry. I don't.
JC versus Madflex. The fans won't watch that either. Again, we go back to the doing stuff for the fans.
I'm down with Ill Will and Jay.
'Cause
More
than Jazz vs. Hollow?
style, that too. That's a banger right there, actually.
Okay, Jazz versus Hollow.
Yeah, because I need something I could be meaner in.
Okay, all right. I feel you.
I said meaner. I wasn't mean today or reminisce.
Before we leave, tell these fans, these good fans who have sat with us for a while, thank you, about the middle seat.
You talking about the story when
Yeah.
we went to the party?
Yeah.
Oh, nigga. Do we got time for that?
Just make it concise.
All right. So me and the homies, we roll up to the party in a 5-seat car, right? 2 in the front, 3 in the back. It's only 4 niggas in the whip. So we get to the function. We there. Another one of the homies like, hey, man, I need to ride home. He's like, all right, man, we got you. We got room for one. We got you. Cool. Now, mind you, the 5 people in the car, their heights, me, 6'8", joking, 5'11". The driver, 6'1". One of the original occupants, 6'2". The other original occupant, 5'8". The new occupant, 6 foot, 6'1", somewhere around there. So we get outside. I'm in high school, fresh out of high school, one of the two. We play the old school game. Nigga, shotgun, I call shotgun. One of the homies already driving. He ain't got to call shit. He got the L's, his car. What we gonna do? Put that nigga in the back?
Can I ask about the rules? Do you have to wait till you're outside to call shotgun?
For sure.
Okay, all right, cool. Can proceed.
Yeah. And everybody has to be together.
Okay.
Right? If everybody know we leaving, like if I go to the restroom, you can't go outside and call shotgun because that's
Facts.
unfair. You know what I mean?
It's a fact.
Just like I can't walk up while you're already outside and call shotgun because that's unfair. Right? Anyway, so I call shotgun. Now, outside of shotgun,
That means
you
there's 3 niggas in the 4 niggas in the back. 3?
3 niggas in the back.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's 5 of us. 4 people showed up, 5 leaving. Driver's the driver. I got shotgun. The new nigga calls window.
You can call window?
We did.
This must be some Inglewood shit.
Yes, actually some East Side shit, but okay. And the nigga who's 5'8", 5'9" calls window, right?
Chat, can you call window? I'm putting a poll up. Go ahead.
Do
Continue.
you think? If the nigga who's 6'2", not a fan of this. He's not a fan of this at all, actually.
And he's the newest nigga.
No,
Oh.
the new nigga called window. So the other homie who's already riding with us, 6'3", tallest nigga in the car, called window. Didn't call window. He tries to bully the 5'8" nigga. Like, hey, bro, you sit in the middle. I'm not sitting in the middle.
Real one.
Yeah, but the 5'8" nigga's a thug. He don't give a flying fuck. He don't give a shit. And he's actually a chill nigga. Like, he ain't one of those rah-rah niggas.
He's got squabbles?
There's no way you're going to punk this nigga.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you think I'm principled. Ha. That nigga willing to die about anything, right?
Okay.
So he like, come on, man. I call window, and he's a nice guy. I call window, man. You didn't. You got to sit in the middle. Tall nigga like, let's fight for it.
Real nigga. I fuck with him. We got squabbles.
Hey, yeah.
Probably got like 3 inches in height on him. Maybe it's like 20, 30 pounds.
6'2", 6'3" to 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah, that's good money.
Oh yeah, it should be a wash.
Because he's probably expecting the nigga to be like, no, I don't want to squabble.
That's what he was expecting for sure.
fuck. Okay.
But he don't know this nigga. This nigga was practicing boxing. He used to box flies. That's what he used to do for fun. When a fly get in the house, he boxes and try and catch it. Yeah, and he has. You know how hard it is to punch a fly? That nigga's done it. So anyway, so we right there by the car, right? And the homie like, all right, fuck it, man, let's get down, fuck it. You know what I mean? Because I'm not moving. You know what I mean? I'm not getting to the window. So they right there on the curb, right by that, right in the little grassy part, right? They square up. The little nigga like, nah, man, let's go on the street, right?
Why? More traction?
More room. The other dude was tall, so he needed, you know what I mean?
Phone book's fine. Phone book.
You feel me?
Okay.
You feel me?
All right.
Oh, nigga, this is about to get hilarious. So they get in the street. Mind you, me, it's 5 niggas, right? 2 niggas outside the car. The other 3 niggas, me, the new nigga, and the driver, we get in the car. We close the doors. Why? I don't know. Windows are up. We can't really hear what's going on outside, right? All you see, these niggas square up, right? The tall nigga flinch at the short homie. The short homie, dog, says, and I've seen this nigga shadow box. I've never seen moves like this come from any human being in the world. This nigga was really rock'em sock'em roboting. He literally said, slip, and then the straightest, the stiffest punches I've ever seen in my life.
Clothes on it.
And he punching up because he's short. You know what I mean? Yo, we in the car like, damn, like 4 hits, right? You see the tall homie on his heels. He fall back. Boom. It's like a good like 2 feet in between the short homie and the tall homie. The short homie standing up. Tall homie looking up. The short homie walk up, grab him by his shoulder, sock him in his face twice. Boom. Boom.
Bing. Bing.
Nigga turned around and then walked back to the car stiff as fuck. Now this is where the story gets wicked. I'm sorry, homie. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be telling this story just in case that nigga.
We're keeping names safe.
Oh, but the nigga who I'm apologizing to, he know this his story. Again, bro, sorry. Not sorry at all. It's one of my favorite stories to tell. I've told it 100 times. So I'm not sorry. Is that sorry? Can I be sorry if I? Anyway, that's right. Anyway, so we in the car. Mind you, windows up, right? This nigga get up talking about, this is how long ago it was. He said, oh man, he said, man, you got blood on my new Dub Zeros. You got blood on my new Dub Zeros. That nigga got them before they released. You know what I mean? He's like, nah, we gotta run it back. I need that.
Dub Zeros.
Bro, it's sick, right?
The laser print.
Yeah, exactly. Those ones.
The laser print.
The short homie said, and this is when I knew you don't fuck with niggas who don't want to be fucked with. Because when he trying to run the fade back, the short homie said, what, man? I already gave you enough warning shots.
Those the practice swings?
What?
That was batting practice?
Bro, this nigga gets in the car, right? The homie outside still, the tall homie still outside ranting, right? Mm-hmm. Short nigga get in the car. That nigga locked the door. Booping. I don't trust this nigga. Right? So the nigga who drives is the big homie, right? Everybody respects him. He's actually the short nigga's brother, older brother, right? So he's like, hey, man, look, man, you lost. Nigga, get in the car, homie.
Yeah, come on,
You know what I mean? Like, sit your ass in the middle, pretty much. Sit your crybaby ass in the back, pretty much. Nigga, when I tell you, we drove home from Hollywood to Los Angeles, nigga.
Oh, that's a 45-minute drive.
In the most silent car ride I've ever been in my life, aside from my dumb ass. Because I'm in the front. It's like, bro, you can hear a mouse pissing on cotton in this motherfucker, dog. All you hear out of nowhere, in the silence of the night, you hear... I can't hold it together, fam. All the king's horses, all the king's men couldn't put me back together again. I was in fucking shambles, right? So we pull up, and here's the sick part about it. Anyway, we pull up to the nigga whose house we was giving a ride to, right? So the driver's like, hey, I'm gonna go holler at him. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta holler. I'm walking to the door. I gotta talk to him about something. I'm like, for sure. So they walk off. I'm in the car. Now, technically, I'm younger than the tall dude, but I'm his big homie.
Okay.
Right? In a sense. So I'm like, you know, what do you do now in my shoes? You know what I mean? I just laughed at the situation. These niggas are sitting knee to knee after one of them just got blood on their new Dub Zeros. I'm like, fuck it. I turn around and say, hey, man. Y'all niggas is homies, dog. Shake hands. Shit's over.
Real one.
Shake hands.
Real one.
Tall nigga said, I ain't shaking his hand. Nigga rushed me like I'm some nigga on the street. Told me to shut up. Shut the fuck up, bitch. I lost it all over again. I'm back in shambles. Now, what makes this part of the story so funny is that if you remember, I told you during the scuffle, we was in the car with the windows up.
Yeah.
Nobody would have heard that.
Yeah. But
I didn't have to know
that was new information.
But more importantly, the only reason somebody will be telling you to shut up is because you're pleading.
Yeah. 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 100%.
Oh, that nigga got beaten to a plea, my nigga.
This is one of my favorite stories, bro. I think we actually made a web series that started because of this series. Me and Diesel made a web series together that started because of this specific story. My thing is, bro, my pride is fragile. I'm insecure. If I got my ass whooped, I don't think I'm taking that ride back.
You're not sure about survival.
I can't sit next to the nigga. That's like a 40-minute drive depending on traffic. I can't sit there with a bunch of niggas that saw me take my L, but knee to knee with the nigga that whooped my ass. Bro.
After you instigated it. Because what you should have did is bullied the new nigga. We doing you a favor, nigga. You don't get the call window. What did the chat say about window?
They said you can call. Okay, a couple comments says you can call window, but I put a poll up and 70% said no, you can't call window. Niggas is weird, bro. You can't call window.
Yeah, that's like, I mean, it's like Uno. You know what I mean? Nobody really knows how to play.
Do you stack?
Every household got that. No, nigga.
You don't stack Uno?
I'll knock you out. You drop two draw fours on me. We scrap it.
Wait.
Did you know they got a Uno Jenga?
Yeah, I do. It's fire. Wait, hold on. If it's just down to one-on-one in Uno, if I put the skip, what happens?
It goes back to you.
You play some prison rules, nigga. See, these uncivilized Uno players. I can't play with y'all, bro. I
I've never
can't
been
spend
to
my
prison.
money with you niggas.
I just know a lot of niggas who have.
Diesel has, can I tell people where you live? Not the address, but
Yeah.
Diesel has moved back to California. So I'm trying to get him in here weekly to recap battles. It's just an excuse for us to hang out. You guys tell us the format. If you actually want us to watch the battle and stop it, we can do that too. Or if you just want us to recap the rounds, we can do that as well. Or if you want more tales from the Inglewood, growing up in Inglewood from Diesel, trust me, he's got plenty of them. Next week on Tales from Inglewood was Diesel, is titled Diesel sleeping with his girlfriend and they don't use protection, but then he found a condom in her dresser.
Oh, yeah. Shout outs to her.
Were you hurt? Or are you just like, it's the game?
Oh, nigga.
You're... I think it's that both.
Hey, ball up top, my
oh,
nigga.
okay, ball up top.
Hey, ball
bro.
up top, my
Run
nigga.
it back, my nigga.
It still hurt. That foul hurt. The ball up top, my nigga. You know what I mean? We'll talk about it. Cause it's a lot, bro. Me and her, we got stories, fam. Shout outs to baby girl. Shout outs to baby girl.
Was she the one? We'll keep her name protected, but was she the one that had a thorough McDonald's order?
Oh yeah, that's her.
That's her.
Yeah,
Wait
no
till the
doubt
fresh
about it.
nuggets and fries come out. I knew she was from the hood, bro. The way she ordered McDonald's.
Oh, nigga, you didn't want to go to In-N-Out with her.
Why not?
You thought McDonald's was particular.
See, that's when you know you're from like the trenches. It's like when you treat a fast food restaurant like it's a 5-star.
Yeah, but no, I don't know, because you can't treat it like 5 stars. 5 stars don't allow substitutions.
Niggas had.
You know what I mean? Like it's for sure a 3-star though. 3-star, you can be like, hey, I don't want garlic. Instead, use thyme, I guess.
Yeah.
But like at a 5-star, the chef is the bougie niggas. 5-star chefs are assholes. I cooked it. It's perfect, bitch. Eat it as it is.
Wait, growing up in Inglewood, did you eat at restaurants that had a bee in the window?
Yeah, we bloods. Yeah, I just fucking with you. Yeah, nigga, if we could afford it, we ate there. Letter didn't make a difference. It was about our pocketbook.
For people who don't live in California, I don't know if it happens in your city and state, but you get your restaurant gets graded by the health, whatever. And if you get a bee in the window, that's like your business is closing, bro. They found a dead rat in some soup bowl. But you would eat at places with a bee. Have you ever seen a C in a window?
I have, but they were closed. They're always closed if you get a C.
If you get a C, it's cooked.
Over. It's over.
When I lived in mid-city, we went to like a Chinese food spot. That was the spot.
Yeah.
And then 2 months in, they put the bee in the window. I was like, I don't know if I can do it, bro.
That's where the flavor is.
That's salmonella, my nigga. That's not flavor. That's cat.
Was it not the spot?
That's sweet and sour Labrador. York.
Hey, Labradors taste that good. Where's the nearest pet shop at?
Chat, thank you for tuning in. This was, how long were we break? We just hit the 3-hour mark.
Damn, sorry, y'all.
See what happens when I got my Adderall? We can focus for a little bit.
Cool.
I am Assad. You might know me as Emerson Kennedy. This is my friend Diesel. Diesel, how often can you come? Weekly?
Yeah.
Is it too far? You live kind of far from here now.
Not really.
Okay, all right. You guys tell us what we want to eat. What's it say? Got to eat at the D- spots, bro. I came out with an extra arm and a leg. A D- would be wild.
Nigga ended up looking like the fish off The Simpsons.
We're going to get out of here, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Again, if you join YouTube memberships or Patreon memberships, you guys know you get all the Jazz and Geechi episodes. You watch Face-Off Flashbacks? You don't fuck with us like that, huh?
No.
God damn it, nigga. You can't support black business?
Yeah,
You started a business like me, Jazz and Geechi started a show 8-9 months ago. Yes.
I never had a T-shirt. I started this gangster shit with you.
You did. I appreciate you.
I moved to Vegas and you get new friends. They get shows. They get cooking shows. They get recap shows.
I know.
They get everything.
My fault, gang.
And you want me to support.
Please.
All right. I'll do better.
Proud to pay. Nipsey voice. In the caffeine days, like once a month, I was their only black employee. I was like their DEI hire. That was like, you know battle rappers, right? Can you give us some spicy new content? And they were like, bro, we need a show. And they're like, we need to have like a day to clear it because of budget reasons or something. I'm like, what if like Jazz just moved to California? What if you did a Jazz and Geechi show? I made the logo and everything. I was like, I put a Chuck Taylor and a Timbaland on it. I was like, and we'll watch face-offs and we'll have them score the face-offs.
Oh, I was here for the Halloween one.
Yeah, you saw the Halloween one. And I'd like to take credit for it, but I can't. They're just like naturally really fucking good because they just like chemistry is really great. You know what I mean? So we have been running that show for almost like 7 months out of this house now. When caffeine shut down, people, it's crazy with how much stuff I do. I go to events and it used to be like, hey, EK, remember you said this line? I'm like, cool, that's love. And then another year, it'd be like, hey, EK, when's the next Gray Area come out?
Right.
And then I'd be like, oh shit, that's more important than battling. Like the fans want to see that. And then lately, every time I go out at an event, it's like, when's the new face-off flashback, bro? You got to do this face-off. Have you seen this face-off? And the fans really fuck with it. So we paywalled it like maybe 8 months ago. We started like a Patreon and a YouTube memberships because I hate to be a greedy nigga, but like to get Geechi and Jazz here is like kind of expensive if you know where they live, you know? So I'm like, man, if we can just like set up the studio here because Fox was shutting caffeine down. So we built this studio in my garage, and we've been doing shows like weekly. So if anyone has, there's some membership in here right now. Patreon and YouTube is like $5 a month. One episode drops each week. You're getting added to the Patreon and YouTube, bro.
Shout out to that.
Yeah, but you have to give us good content. You gave us good content today. You were Rookie of the Year today.
I'll take it. I'll get better next time. Here's the secret for me. Got to be sober.
Oh, we've shot a couple times when you were drunk.
Yeah, I'm terrible.
It's not great.
And you know, you're a good friend because you keep inviting me back.
Well, we're friends, Diesel.
So you're a good friend. If the roles
Our
reversed,
friendship doesn't depend on your podcasting performance.
No, but you keep letting me podcast. That's
true.
That's true. You know what I mean? You're just
true.
like, yeah, man, go ahead and get faded. This nigga's wasting my time, but that's my boy. You know what I mean? I'm like that. Ooh, never mind. Let's end it before I.
Let's end it. Okay. All right. We did shoot a couple episodes with Billy Boondocks before he passed. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we gotta clip those.
Rest in peace, Billy. Yeah, we got some good stuff there, which that's good content. I'm glad we shot that before he passed, man. That was really cool. Rest in peace, Billy. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. We're finally gonna get out of here. Thanks for tuning in with us. If you are not, you need to sign off. Do you have a sign off? This is my sign off. Thank you for watching us. If you're not home, get home safe.
Thank you for watching us. If you're not home, Hopefully, y'all out there having fun.
Hey, that was kind of low key fire, bro. That was like you said that like how the Real Housewives introduced themselves on those episodes. Were just like, I'm Miranda. I'm not here to make friends. You know?
Oh yeah. I didn't watch Real Housewives.
I do. I'm a real nigga. You don't know nothing about that. First of all,
it's got real in the name.
You don't know nothing about that. All right, we are out of here, guys. Thank you for tuning in.